Good afternoon, curling fans around the world, as we look at the beautiful Peace Bridge. That's a walking bridge across the Bow River, which sits just north of downtown Calgary. Of course, the iconic Calgary Tower that was opened in 1968. The Olympic torch was lit every day during the Olympic Winter Games there on top of that tower. And Canada Olympic Park is where we are at. A look over the ski jump and the ski hill. Still a few people out on the hill. We are just down from that at the Winsport Arena and the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. We are into session 11, 23 round robin sessions to determine the top 6 into the playoffs. Korea versus Canada is our feature matchup this afternoon. And we'll see if Canada continue their strong play. Korea looking to try and get some momentum going as we see the teams for Korea. Their skip, Jung Young-seok. Their third, Kim Jong-min. Their second, Park Se-won. And their lead, Lee Jun-hyung. And they'll take on Team Canada. Their skip, Brendan Botcher. Third, Darren Moulding. Second, Brad Thiessen. And their lead, Karik Martin, coming off an impressive 10-1 win against the USA earlier today. That'll set our standings up like so. Norway, the only unbeaten at 5-0, then Canada, Team RCF at 5-1. Switzerland right behind 4-1. Then the two lost teams, Scotland, Sweden, USA, and Italy. Italy is 3-2 though, so half game back. Denmark and Japan, 2-4. China and Korea at 1-5. Then Germany and Netherlands, both looking for win number 1. As per usual, a full slate of games. Session 11 sees Korea taking on Canada on Sheet A, our feature game. Then on Sheet B, opposite records. Germany 0-5, looking for win number 1 against unbeaten Norway. Then China takes on Netherlands on Sheet C. And on Sheet D, Switzerland takes on Italy. Proud to be joined by Olympic and world champion Jill Officer, myself, Luke Coley. This afternoon session, two different tables for these two teams. Canada near the top, Korea near the bottom.
For sure, and Brendan and Team Canada have been off to a pretty good start here this week. They've had a couple of moments of, leaving the other team opportunities, but it hasn't been very much. I suspect we may see this young Korean team play quite well against Team Canada, or, perhaps bring one of their better games of the week against Team Canada here, but they'll have to see if they can go the distance. That's always the key.
And they go out there just going to see what they can do. They don't have a lot of international experience. 3 of the members playing at the 2014 Pacific Asia Championship. Nothing since, but they did win the Korean Championship. Turn right to come and compete for their country here at this World Championship, as did Canada. Let's see the last stone draw numbers. Korea will have the hammer. They win that one. So they win the first competition, but now we'll play the game.
Well, that's a really important start for the Korean team. The teams get a pre-game warm-up, pre-game practice, where most teams are simply focused on making that draw to the button to earn the right to that last stone advantage in the first end. So Team Canada, each team has to do an in-turn draw and an out-turn draw. And one of the Team Canada stones came up a little bit short, and knew right away that the Korean team would have the last stone advantage. Team Canada is still required to throw the second draw to the button, as last stone draw numbers count toward the end of the week. But that's a big win for Korea to get that hammer in the first end.
So we'll see how the play is dictated in that. Those last stone draw numbers could determine where you are in the playoffs. We see the rules of play. 6 ends minimum must be played, 38 minutes of thinking time, 160-second timeout. And about those last stone draw, those numbers come down in a tiebreaker. If head-to-head can't break it, then it goes to those numbers. And there are no tiebreaker games at the World Championship. You can be eliminated based on last stone draw numbers.
Right, so those last stone draws are key the entire week. You want to be able to be at the top of those cumulative standings come playoff time. I mean, if you win all your games, then it doesn't matter.
It takes that all out. But
you know that most of the time you're going to have 1 or 2 losses. It's hard to go through in a 14-team event being undefeated, but you never know.
And we haven't seen a 14-team World Championship of where that sort of fits. But looking in the past of a 13-team 2 years ago, 4 losses got you into the playoffs. And that's sort of the number where everyone's looking. You don't want to get any more than 4. And especially the way the standings are with those 6 teams at 2 losses.
And there's still quite a few games here this week.
So Carrick Martin, 31-year-old for Canada, will get things going. The event labor supervisor.
Easy for line.
Living in Edmonton, Alberta, just up the road from Calgary.
Halfway.
Make sure, get it half.
Line's good. Line's good. Line's good. Nice shot, Carson.
Team Canada putting up a guard here to start, wanting to force Korea. Trying to have Korea score a single point so that Canada can take the last stone advantage into the even ends.
Lee Jun Hyung, 24-year-old.
Korea electing to go around the center guard. Could have considered putting up a corner guard on that, Luke, but decided to go around the middle. So we'll probably see a couple of freezes here now.
Yeah, this way. It's just not curling.
Well, the centerline guard and right into it. Thought Korea winning the last stone in the first end. See how they played it out. Not afraid to go after it.
Line's good.
It's a little tight if anything. Yep, Darren.
Line's good. Weight's not
Little
bad.
tight.
Top
Little
12. A little tight. Okay.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Hard,
Okay, weight's good. Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
hard.
Hard. Right to it. Full now. Right
Trying
to
to
it.
drag this right along.
Love it, guy. Nice shot. Very good. Good.
Good.
Very nice.
These teams on opposite ends, Korea of the scoring analysis, you look back and it's Korea's minus 26 at the bottom of the standings, whereas Canada is right near the top at plus 16. And Canada obviously helps with a 10-1 win earlier today.
Yes, they had a good win against Team USA. Team USA just wasn't getting their rocks in very good places, and John Schuster faced with some very difficult shots come skips rocks and didn't work out so well.
But as I think I saw, it doesn't matter. It only counts as 1 in the loss column, whether you lose by 1 or lose by 9.
That's right.
Same for a win. As you see that freeze doesn't quite get to the corner.
My broom's down here.
Yeah, they certainly wanted that to curl a little bit more. Really nice speed on that.
Not used to throwing the last.
Carrick just coming down to get a broom. They have a particular throwing broom, I think, that the team uses, and Carrick threw one of the draws to the button in the pregame practice, so the broom got left in the wrong spot.
Speed's nice. 14.5 to tee.
Brad Thiessen, the 31-year-old lefty second.
Clean. Whoa. Top 8. Clean. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hard line. Hard line.
Trying to get to a little bit to the inside of this. Really moving, though. They might just
You're good.
pass it, but that works out fairly well. They're all lined up in a row. Now it looks like you're going to see Korea running this guard back.
Yep.
Nope. Maybe they'll.
백핵 정도 괜찮아요.
Looks like they might try and play some quiet weight. Tap their own red one at the top of the 12 that you see there onto the yellow. Will likely move the other red one, but if they can squirt that middle yellow one out to the other side, that would be a pretty good result.
Park Se-won came in, played the first couple games at the 3rd position, and then has since dropped to the 2nd spot. just trying to get something to work. They did get their first win.
Just coming up enough to move it.
Trying to hold the shooter on the side.
Yeah, that works out pretty good. They saved the shooter over in the side. This does leave a double for Canada, though.
Do you like easy?
Yeah.
Clean. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Girl.
Trying to get some finish out of this rock.
Okay.
Won't quite come up, so they dead jam there.
So it is Korea line one here in this first end of play.
일본 안쪽인데 노즈도 나쁘진 않아. 안쪽은 안 보여, 영서가. 컬은 괜찮아. 아니면 이건? 그것도 괜찮은 것 같아, 난. 얇아도 돼. 오케이.
So I talked about maybe tapping their own, which with all these yellows hanging around, even though Korea does have last rock, I was surprised to see them consider it. So I think this is a good call here, switching over to hit and roll. They would like to roll far enough that they bump their other red one and create some separation between their stones.
Very good. Very good. Nice.
Right in behind.
Yeah, just they wanted to move that. They wanted to bump that harder and move it to create a little more separation.
Cool. You might be able to kick this one out a bit.
His nose bad? No, I don't think so. No, but that's the miss.
Oh, he can get under.
Well, little roll. It's below it.
You can never roll to a good spot.
Okay. I don't think I can kick it over. Maybe.
I don't know if it changes the shot.
Okay.
Okay, give me good hack. Let's just make a good roll.
Okay.
So a little bit quieter weight, trying to get to the inside of this.
Whoa!
Darren Molding, the Canadian third.
Weight's good.
Hard!
Hard, Brad.
Gotta go, Brad. Gotta go.
A little wide here, Darren was. You
Hard!
can see Brad really trying to work it.
Right to it, right to it, right to it, right to it.
Hard roll.
Yeah.
Hard roll. Okay.
Trying to roll the other way towards center line.
That's okay. That goes into
That's not bad.
So you heard Brad Thiessen say that I think that top yellow one on the left-hand side, if the Korean team tries to play a double on it, it may go into that side one. May also go over top.
Yeah, there's different ways you can hit it. Nose might, maybe a little low. Center line side will go into that red. Is there other option other than the hit? Would you ever think of coming around the center?
Well, if you come around the center now, you won't be able, I'm not sure that you'll have as much chance to bring that other red one into play that's hanging over on the side. So mind doing something with this. And I think if they hit it properly, it could go over the top of their red one.
Whoa, whoa. Yep. Hard! Hard! Whoa.
No. Does jam.
Nope. Worked out not bad. They're laying two. And they're even.
Nice.
Well, that is important, a long look at the angles, but see this, they're not worried about the jam on that side because they can just roll to a good spot.
Yeah, and it was important for them to be able to tap that other red one and get that bit of separation.
Center, I'm not super concerned about the jam.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Me easy?
Yep.
So Canada tried to roll in behind here.
Straight this time. Just easy, a little down. Yep.
Clean.
A little
Clean,
down.
yep.
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Hurt.
Now Darren's over curling.
And we'll get nothing.
Yeah. I think
Don't see that very often.
No.
But talking about maybe a pick.
But come on, you got it.
Okay. I just picked. 어디까지야?
Yeah, I think it
Good throw.
sounded like that was the case. It's maybe a pick, so this is an opportunity
Yeah.
for Korea to make a come around here.
1,
They will want to be careful on how they position this stone. There is the red one at the top 8 foot. It is mostly open. They may leave a double for Team Canada. It's like they're trying to play the rub. They had lots of line there and trying to get it to rub off of there. So this will leave
Almost.
maybe even a triple here for Team Canada.
Yeah, just two. Just needed a little deeper.
Let's go in here, give or take. It would almost be nice if we just grazed it and stopped here. Hey,
Yeah. Okay.
peel with the intern.
Yeah.
Kim
We're hair
Jong-min
thinning. We make the
just
double like
lumps those
It's a good
together.
shot.
Yeah. Because I don't want to jam here either.
Like half a rock.
That should be good. You're not
half?
gonna jam that.
So you'll
I'd
see
really
this
like
one
to
flying.
Just touch the middle
down
one
the
and
ice,
not on
think?
the side one.
Yeah.
I think that's the best leave.
What is it, like thick half?
Yeah.
Brendan Botcher in his first World Championship as well.
Curl! Whoa! Curl! Whoa! Whoa!
Try to jump it, touch it, and just goes over the face.
It's a good shot.
Not bad. That's pretty good. Sorry, Brent.
Just sits in time
A
to.
little over.
Then shoot.
Didn't need
I
to
think
curl.
they wanted.
okay, that's
They ended up
okay.
hitting it a little bit too thick, I think it was, and they wanted to get a little more action
shot.
and sort of right into the side of that red one rather than rubbing off.
Smidge, but
살짝만 찔러주세요. 여기야? 좀만 더.
Not bad. At least we got a good angle there.
앞에야 5, 6 줘. 보여줘.
I do look at the positive it a lot. You'll hear them talk Joe, you
Kark apologized to me. I think he thought I was pretty wide.
sleep up or sweep it up and get it away there.
최대 앞에 세워. 좀만.
6 보고 갈게요. 1번.
Jong Young Seok, 25-year-old skip, full-time curlers. These athletes coming from Korea.
Another chance here to make a good draw for Korea. Looks a little bit heavy. They want to be able to bury this a little bit so that it's not quite so easy for Team Canada, but Team Canada could just draw down, play the freeze, and take this end away for Korea.
That gets us pretty close.
It's good speed, we know that.
All right, he was 13.6.
It's right down to it.
Yeah, 14. He was 13.6.
Talking about the speed and the
Gotta be all the
time
way
that they
to it.
take between the two hog lines gives them an indication on the speed of the ice and how fast or slow or how hard or slow they need to throw the stone. That time of 14 seconds is a little heavier than we saw for the first few days of the event.
Line's good.
Okay.
Line's good.
Weight's close.
Oh, if you can, yeah.
Set have to be all the way back to it.
Has to be back to it, and it has to get by.
Real big sweep.
Little
Time should
light.
be good.
I think they wanted a 14 from Brendan, and they got a 14.6. And that'll be a big draw for 3.
Bad weight.
Yeah, weight was perfect.
인턴이다. 그냥
Well, they did say weight was good, so.
Surprised to see that. You just expect them to be real close to making that freeze. This one got a path closer to the center, crashes on the front.
And my hit, which probably picked.
I think your hit picked. We were on nose and then we
But like
flashed it.
yesterday, that never curls.
So
No,
Korea
they-
forced to go way out here, as you can see, almost
타이틀 없다.
at the boards, holding the broom. So this will be a new path. I don't think I've seen anything out this wide on any sheet yet this week that I've seen.
And this is the board side. This is the wide of the 4 sheets on the Olympic-size hockey rink.
Usually going out wider means it will be a little bit heavier. Sometimes it'll curl more, sometimes it'll run straighter. So this looks to me like it's running a little straighter.
같이 와. 약간 같이 와.
They're trying to make it curl to make sure they get it there for.
Need to get this into the 8-foot, and this one will curl up just enough into the full 8-foot. And Korea strikes first against Canada, scores an early 3, takes advantage of the Canadian misses.
Nice. Nice.
Well, it is a 3-0 lead. Korea strikes first. That's their first 3 of the championship.
Good
Giving
time
us-
to get it against Team Canada.
We're just saying, always going to get, as a Canadian team, you've seen it, Jill, at many world championships. It always seems teams will bring their A game, especially against a Canadian side.
Yeah, there's so much pride to be able to wear that Canadian maple leaf, given the depth that Canada has for the sport of curling, and so many great teams out here this week. This Korean team just has quite a bit less experience than a lot of other teams. And I'm sure that they actually look up to and admire this Brendan Bottcher team. So they'll want to play really well against them.
It's just the 7th trip to a world championship for representing Korea. The first, obviously, for this team. Their best finish was 4th back in 2018. Kim Chang-min, and that's who this Korean team beat in their national championship to earn the right to come here.
Team Canada has to put up the corner guard. Down 3 early. Trying to cover this guard, or this rock in the house. They do, but it's a little bit long. Canada's electing to freeze anyway.
So play the intern at it. But you don't see any panic on the Canadian side. They had the one, they were talking about molding stone, had a pick in the first, the way they reacted. Got to try and score 2 back. They've been pretty efficient with the hammer throughout the week.
Not bad.
Really lots of time here for Canada to
It's really got to curl.
get their 2, try to force Korea.
Back 4. Back
As long as
Darren, go.
the theory is to
Hard.
score
Get it in there,
2,
get it in
force
there,
to
get it in
1.
there.
Curl, curl, curl. Good.
Good shot.
Nice shot.
14.
Good.
Good.
Yeah, that guard was so high.
Good pair.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, an interesting decision now for Korea, how you go about it with that great tap by Martin. Pushes that one to the side of the 4-foot.
With the 5 rock free guard zone, Korea cannot hit yet. So only 4 rocks in play. They could play at the ones in the house if they were exposed enough, but they can't remove any guards yet.
좋아지고 있어. 라인 좋아지고 있어. 기다려. 정민이 형.
Trying to finish it.
Good. It's a good situation for us.
Yeah, you just heard the Canadians say it's a pretty good situation for them.
What are we doing? Just freezing?
Korea probably could have played the other turn for that freeze to be in front of the yellow on the other side of it so that there was the angle set up that they could remove it that way. Now the way they're set up, Canada may at some point, if that guard is ever removed, have an opportunity to remove both red stones fairly easily.
Close.
Okay. Wait's good.
Line's good. Curling a bit. Hard line. Whoa. Just let it die.
That's okay.
It's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
It's a good shot.
So curl,
I
you
gave him
just
less ice.
heard Darren say that rock curls. Obviously you see that it over curled. We've mentioned before about the rocks sometimes being different. These athletes are so consistent and so good that they can tell when there's a rock that is maybe a little bit slow, or one that slides farther, one that curls more, one that's straighter. So when you hear them talking about the rocks, it's because each of them sometimes have little tendencies. That's part of the management of the stones in the game.
And some of the other national staff that'll be along with will be tracking what other sheets are doing and such. Actually, the Canadian team got the book from a member of the Canadian team that played 2 years ago when these were last used in Lethbridge at the World Men's Championship. And Kevin Cooey skipped that team.
And they do paper the rocks, they call it, which is taking a little bit of sandpaper to the running surface of the rock, which helps them curl a little bit more. And they always paper the rocks prior to a large event like this. So the rock information from prior to this is a guide. The teams use it as a guide. It's not a Bible. And then they continue to take their own notes throughout this week. And they, like you said, Luke, they have staff sitting in the stands with binoculars. Then the rocks have numbers on them, and they keep track of who's throwing what on what teams.
Yep.
Wait's good.
Clean. Close. Clean. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Close. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Big roll.
I'll try and use those angles now to their advantage.
Good.
Good shot. Very good.
Yeah, they were just trying to move some stuff around. Pretty good shot.
Yeah.
They're sitting first and third shot. Korea's still second at the back of the button, but
50.
Not in a great position.
네. 6.
오케이.
Yeah, this Korean team is not afraid to have rocks in play.
바깥은 좀 별로야.
They have to be careful about having these yellow ones hanging around here. But really, they're forced to play this freeze at this point. A shot like this, they really... Oh, miscue.
It's going to reset.
미안, 미안.
So in that, he is, Jill, for someone, he can reset himself now?
He can reset himself. If he had actually started to sort of slide out, but was able to stop before the tee line, he could reset. Anywhere before the rock crosses the tee line, you can reset.
And that's the line that splits the center of the rings horizontally.
Correct. So they changed the shot. He was about to slide out. Skipper decided to call a different shot, so now here they are playing. They're going to play a double. This is a good call. This is a really good call as well.
Oh, one off the side, right in and get the one off the button.
Really nice shot, and spins up.
This nose tap.
Kim Jong-min able to
나이스.
make that double.
And really good after having to reset and completely change the shot. Other side of the sheet, different weights, different, or same turn, I guess. But
What about like real thin off that?
Yeah, the
Jam
weight's
it.
probably just hack, though.
Yep.
Like, just spin it in here.
It's kind of what I was, and then you jam and you might have the in off there.
Yep. Yeah, I'm with you. Good
Like it.
hack.
Yeah, a third.
so this Korean team didn't seem super concerned about where their shooter was going, and that's really something that's going to be important for them to be thinking about throughout the game, is what they're leaving for Team Canada. They're going to have to be very precise with their rock placement.
Yes.
Clean.
Good. Yes. Just hack.
Clean.
Whoa, Brent.
Clean. Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Just hack.
Yep. Yep.
Hard.
Hard, Brad. You got it.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Hard.
Trying to hold this straight to just catch a piece.
Shot. Very
Right
good.
onto those two reds. Doesn't move anything out of the rings, but
They wanted to hit it just a little bit thicker to get a bit of a different action
Hair thicker.
off of, yeah, you just heard Darren
just
say
the
a hair
hair.
thicker so that it doesn't come into the side
just
of
the
this
hair.
red one, but rather
this
more
stuff
on the
right there.
top of that red one. So now Korea sort of forced to play this in-turn draw. Want to freeze right on top.
조금 갈게요.
일곱, 여섯, 일곱, 여섯, 주는 것 같아.
Moving now. Starting to slow down. I'm not sure it's going to get there.
아, 그냥 좀 늦었다.
sorry.
Just a little bit short.
좀 늦었어요.
Yeah.
on for Korea, we see and this is their alternate.
Do you like
No coach there. He'll come out for the
easy?
timeouts.
Yeah.
Samin Cook. Of course, kind of surprising that he's not having a team coach, but some find just doesn't fit what that team wants. But he'll be the one that comes down for that timeout.
Clean.
Just easy.
Canada's pretty much playing the same shot here, I think.
Yeah. Hurt.
Hard.
Yeah.
Gotta go, Brad.
Hurt.
Real hard.
Hurt. Hurt.
Trying to catch a piece of the red one.
Hard, hard, hard.
Oh, shoot.
Just again too thin for
Just a little light.
Walden.
Yeah.
That's
A little light, it
That's
sounds
just
like,
for-
so it curled a little more. They caught it much thinner than they wanted.
Okay.
light.
Just light, yeah. Yeah.
So we see on the Canadian side, Don Bartlett, two-time Canadian champ, Olympic silver medalist with
Okay.
Clark Martin's father, Kevin Martin, in 2002. Of course, the Olympic gold medalist Paul Trulson is here in the building as well. He's national coach for the Norwegian team.
여기 라인 살짝 마이너스야.
나도 여기 괜찮을 것 같고. 거기는 약간 여기 주는 거, 여기 우리가 여기 먹어줘. 근데 여기 들어온 거 조금
선 좀 있으면 나쁘지 않아.
앞에 줘.
네. 뒤에 붙어도 돼.
So Korea trying to find a spot that they can put it that makes it
세연아 일단
tricky for
웨이트
Canada to get in behind cover or use it to their advantage, use it to make a double.
1번.
So they're going to play this in-turn draw to try to come to the top corner of the forefoot, because you see that yellow one at the back on the right-hand side of the forefoot. If Canada tried to play at this one, Korea's hoping that it'll jam onto that.
And that shot stone at the moment. Jang Young-seok.
여기 좋아요. 8 살짝 있지. 8 4초. 8 7. 좀 죽는다. 확실히 있어요, 형 이거.
Park and Lee on the sweep on this one, guiding it down.
Again, it's curling quite a bit. They're going to be on the front, so try and tap off.
Not bad plan B.
Yeah,
나이스. 야,
이렇게까지 가나?
I think we still have to play it.
I was wondering if we cut it enough that we try and run it into this one.
We'll miss this.
You can definitely get to it.
This one is intended to be a lot wider. Tap this a fair bit. It would have been probably a fair bit deep.
타이트하지 않아. 근데 뭔가
약간
He's thinking if we could hit it and hit the sideline.
Yeah, because right now it's just touching this one.
Or do, yeah. Okay. A dead plug's not that bad.
Oh, no. No, he'll have to be careful. But all my thought was if we can get it over to here.
He'll have the open freeze here, though.
If he doesn't make it, we get 4.
Okay.
If we can keep these ones around, right?
Yeah.
so Canada looking at
But I
playing that,
really don't want to touch this because then that one's gone too.
looking at playing that yellow one.
But
the
I think
top
you're
on the
right.
left,
I think we
just
can
to the left
we
of
can
center.
get it going a hair for sure.
About a quarter
Onto
of
the
a
red
rock.
one that's
Yeah.
now shot rock, but they really want to put it through
What are
the
you
hole
throwing?
of those two
Heel.
yellow ones at the back, right through the center line without moving anything around, because those could still come into play for a multiple point end.
아웃턴 넣어도 될 것 같은데.
What do we just stuff it or hair thinner?
I'm trying to hit it a little thin and almost get it across into that other one.
So trying to kick that one to the other side of the forefoot.
Right, so they're actually rolling their shooter away. They're not concerned about keeping that one.
Well, Botcher can see enough, catch it thin, roll it over.
Great shot.
Just like that. And punch that
Real
other
good.
red one
Beauty.
Good.
to lay buried.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good
Great shot,
Brendan.
Yeah, so now Korea really has to watch here now.
Guards in the way.
We might be too.
Looks like they are lying 1-2 now.
Thanks.
Kick that yellow one over underneath, actually get movement on that red stone.
웨이트는 뭘로?
So Korea, I'm not
Yeah,
sure,
you
maybe
saw that
trying to
great.
play a tap on the one at the back of the forefoot. Maybe roll over in front of the other yellow one that's just in the back 8 foot.
Try and get right directly behind it.
Right, and then it just leaves Canada maybe a draw for 2, depending on where that shooter stops.
Jung Young-seok scored 3 in the first. Now a lot of yellow Canadian stones lingering around the forefoot. Oh, will actually chip off their own,
샷. 나이스.
and we'll go on to that frozen on the back. The question is, who shot stone?
I don't know, but it's a pretty good shot. I don't. Maybe they were playing off of their own the whole time. It's quite possible.
The way they called the sweep, it almost seemed like they
It
were.
almost seemed like it. My Korean is not very good, so. But that was the result. The important thing was the result, and that was where the shooter ended up, regardless of whether they were playing off the red or the yellow.
Looks
There is room.
now
but
looking, it
I'm
looks
not
like that
sure
red
if
one
you-
is
It's
shot.
up to you whether you want to take it on.
They talking through the hole though. That yellow one on the center
I'm
line, the
okay
red
with-
top
okay.
8.
There's enough to
Make
just
it
trying to
if we
decide,
need.
would it be a nose hit? Play to stuff it, or do we
Well,
got it?
the problem is, like, where's this one going? It
I
probably
think
hits
they're
this,
actually,
doesn't it?
Luke, the red one at the top 8 foot, I
the
think
other-
they're actually
Yeah, the
looking
way
at
to make
playing
it
almost
good
a
is
nose
off
on
this
that.
way.
too.
Then I think you get it
Now,
over.
as you see it, the one in the top 8 foot on the left-hand side,
If you think
I think they're actually looking at playing just off of nose on the high side to try to get action on
Yeah, I
that
think it's their
back
problem.
red
how
one.
much air do you have?
나와서 쳐서 따당하면 저거까지 나갔어.
I just want to take a look at it from down there.
And it would be for 2 because they would also lose their back yellow and their shooter would not be in a position to be a shot stone.
I have quite a bit of air.
I don't know.
I'm good with it.
So Korea must be shot if Botcher is looking at this. If Canada
Goes
was shot,
under.
they
It
would
goes under this way
just draw
for sure.
for
Okay.
Yeah.
2.
It's an out turn, I think, okay?
Well, I almost thought I had enough air to
Oh, you,
throw an intern at it.
okay, sure.
If I hit that guard, I think I've missed it.
And just pocket it? Do we get one at least?
A pocket probably works too, like here. That probably works. For one anyway.
Trying to nose it? Yeah.
Actually, they may even be just trying to nose it. They're talking about nosing it into the pocket of those 2 red ones to get the action off of it. He might have enough space to just curl it up enough
Are you-
past
what
that
turn
yellow
is it?
guard to also just angle it in onto the one in the 4 foot.
I think it has to be an out turn.
Well, just resetting, changing the turns based on where that guard is. Botcher facing what looks like shot stone for Korea, back 4 foot. Last of the second. Now Park leaning on this one for Team Canada and touches the guard. And do they get away with it to score their 1?
I think they did.
Glad we got 1.
They get a fortunate break, a member's bounce. Wrecking on the guard.
A little crazy.
Onto that one in the 4 foot and get a single point.
Good throw, good try.
Thanks.
At least we got one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put pressure on this.
So a single point. Canada trails 3-1 after 2 ends.
High one.
Yeah,
High and tight, like double.
I guess.
Well, some updates here in session 11. Korea leading Canada 3-1 our feature game. Germany and Norway 1-1 in the 3rd. Netherlands 5-0 up on China, who got their first win earlier today. And no score, Switzerland and Italy over on sheet D. Welcome inside the lovely Winsport Arena. We're in Canada Olympic Park in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship. Luke Coley here with Jill Officer. Canada get a bit of a break. You got to make you get those sometimes, and they get the bounce to go their way to score a single point.
Yeah, a bit of a messy end. Lots of rocks in play. Korea not afraid to put those rocks in play either. And a couple of miscues by Team Canada, not quite making full shots, and some good shots made by Korea to take advantage and force Canada to a single.
Well, they've definitely put the pressure on. Don't normally see that many stones around, especially after scoring a 3. But this Korean side playing it aggressively. Lee Jun-hyun. Well, center line guard, they don't waste any time, go right in behind.
Yeah, they bit of a longer guard there by Canada, and Korea could have went to the open side. They could have thrown a corner guard, but it seems they prefer to go around the middle. You don't want to bounce off of this.
Real close.
Yeah. Nice shot. Very good.
Good shot.
Sweepers made it look like it was maybe on the heavier side, but it stops just short.
So it's the case sometimes as a team like Canada coming in, or one of the favorites, doesn't matter what team comes for Canada, they're going to be a favorite at a world championship. They come off a big win. They're done early this morning. They get a little extra break, and they come against a Korean team don't know a lot about. First time at a Worlds, first time in this type of environment. Have one win only. Haven't played very well, and all of a sudden now you're behind 3-1.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, you know, this Korean team, you know, if this building was full of fans, that might be a distraction for a team like this that has not had much experience at an international event. You know, while Team Canada has played an event in this bubble situation, in this quiet venue, you know, these Koreans are happy to be here and happy to be playing in a world championship, even though it is quite quiet.
It's slow still, though. 14, 20. A little heavy early.
We're a little tight.
Okay. Weight's good.
Line's okay. Line's okay. Whoa, whoa.
Okay. Weight's good.
Line's men. Whoa,
close. We can wait.
Whoa, Darren. Close. Close. Yep. Yep.
Trying to go around everything here.
Ooh, just gets by. Back of the 4-foot for Brad Thiessen.
Very good, Brad.
Yeah, that's good. Helps cut down the scoring area for Korea, which is why now you see them walk up, try to peel off this guard. This Korean team very technically strong. I've noticed that they're very stable and very technically correct.
Very similar deliveries on each of the 4 team members.
Yeah, that one's sunk in there pretty good.
Canada try to replace the guard.
They are full-time curlers. They live in Uijeongbu, just north and to the east of Seoul, so obviously the large center in South Korea. Their national championship was where the 2018 Olympics were in Gangneung. I know, Jill, you've been in that venue before.
And you, Luke.
Yes, a couple times for Olympics and a World Championship women's in 2009.
Yes, we competed in the 2009 World Women's Championship there in that Olympic venue that ended up being, it wasn't at the time, it hadn't been announced that Korea would host the Olympics in 2018 when we competed there in 2009, but it was a test event in the hopes that that would contribute to their bid for the games, and it must have.
And of course, you saw a strong showing at the Olympic Winter Games on the women's side. Men's side didn't have as much success, but the men's game, they have some talent. They're really building. Finished 4th a couple years ago with Kim Chang-min. They're trying to grow. This is just trip number 7 to the World Championship. So
the country is certainly evolving in terms of their depth as well. We're seeing a few more teams, not just one team traveling the world. We're seeing a few more teams show up at various events.
tight.
Tight, yeah, we're tight.
Almost frozen.
So important set up stones early, and now getting some guards out in front.
Just tight, just tight.
Okay, you should be good there. You should be good. Good.
So Korea maybe going to try and run it back into the pile a little bit here. I think they have to be really careful about how they hit this, though, because they could lose both of their own. They want to make sure they score this end.
Whoa. Whoa.
Just deciding to play the straight peel.
So peel the front, just open things up. Maybe hoping for a mistake on one of these guards.
Yep, they may have to decide to make a move.
Yeah, less rotation.
Line's good.
Half.
Almost the same, hair less.
Half.
Hair less, yeah,
Line's
halfway.
good.
Halfway,
Line's good.
Just half.
half.
Little over curl on this one.
Do you need to curl or
No,
no?
no.
Okay.
No. It'll get there. Line's
Good
good.
there. Yep.
Line's good. Line's good. Nice shot.
Shooting. Good.
So another guard out in front. What point does Korea decide to want to make their move?
Well, and you just saw the skip
이건
standing
나중에
at the hog
확인하면
line,
될것 같아요, 형.
speaking with
라인도 애매해서.
the other players about what their decision might be on this next one, and you can see that they've now decided to play the draw.
그럼 갈게요.
다섯.
웨이팅 할게, 웨이팅.
다섯, 넷. 라인이야, 일단. 웨이트.
가야 돼.
다섯. 계속 가.
Sweeping to try to get this by. It looks a little bit light.
We've seen that time, but it's changed a little bit the last couple days, a little bit less. And probably needed about 14.5 to get that one to the button.
Yeah, and they needed that maybe just a little bit deeper, but it is in a position that if Team Canada tried to play at it, I think it would come back and jam on the Team Canada stone.
Problem is he can hit it off of his make it, but
For one. What else do you see?
can he hit enough of that, do you think, to get two? It's close.
It is close, yeah.
I'm just worried we're gonna like.
The problem is there isn't really a hole, so if he hits it a little thin, he's probably still okay.
Yeah.
I mean, the other shot's a medium weight run back,
Yeah, it's
right on
kind
the
of,
nose.
that's kind of what I was thinking. Even if you didn't make any contact, like at least then.
Yeah.
But we'll make it.
With medium, right on the nose.
Whatever weight
yeah.
you see, I
Could
think
we
that's
throw
the call.
firm even?
I don't.
Sure.
Whatever you're gonna hit on the nose with.
We might get all the reds.
Okay. Okay. In turn, I think.
Yeah.
So you have a good look
Right
at
on
it
the
now
nose.
there,
Yeah.
right on the nose. Try to run the yellow, red, yellow, and that
It's definitely the
middle
best
yellow
lead
will
if
likely
we can
remove the
plant it
two
in there
reds that
good.
you see on either side. And depending on how they hit it, that top red may disappear as well.
Right on the.
And the interesting comment, it doesn't matter what way you throw. Whatever you want to hit it on the nose with, we're happy with.
Whoa. No, curl.
Trying to make this curl already.
When splitting center, pretty close. Nah, just a little bit off.
Get out of there. It's okay. Nice shot.
That's not terrible.
So move some stuff around.
Not bad.
Certainly
That didn't hit.
could have turned
Not
out
bad.
a little worse than, but
Just had to curl a fraction.
Korea may have
Good shot.
Yeah.
they may be able to see that yellow one in the top 8 foot, that they can make a play at it, potentially even get that one off of the back of the 4 foot.
이거
I'm not
아니면
sure how
이거.
much of that they
이거
can see
어때,
past the
그러면?
guard.
Yeah, not bad.
바로?
형 아니면 더블 보면 약하게 더블 보면서 히트로 올까지 어때요? 열어놓고
근데 이게 지금 묶거든? 아 바깥쪽 맞으면?
전까지 괜찮을 것 같은데 살짝 바깥.
Is there enough
아니,
you can
이것도
play
나쁘지 않지,
I think you
back
can
line or in
걸려가도
hack?
되고.
see enough of it, but now the way that you have to hit it, it depends. If those two are frozen at the top 8 foot, then you'd actually get action off of it. It might just come right back onto the yellow one.
열려도 괜찮아.
They could also play the intern tap on their own red one, tap it back to the yellow.
네, 거기.
Yeah, see there's not much space there. Looks like they're going to play at it. They might clip that red one as well, which would change the direction of that yellow one coming back on the other yellow.
First for Jung Young Seok.
좋아요.
세원아. 세원이. 헐 세원. 헐.
Trying to get it to curl here.
헐 세원 헐.
Trying to give it the best chance they can.
샷. 나이스.
There's that lonely Yellowstone back button.
나이스.
Yeah, and you did see that it just touched that red one. They wanted it to curl just a little bit more.
I think this draw.
Yeah, that's a pretty good leave too. We planted in a real good spot. The triple's probably easier shot.
No,
Intern.
that's risky too. Yeah.
Third of a rock.
Yep.
If we plant it here, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. We could definitely. Third of a rock.
Looking at getting rid of all of the reds.
You got it, buddy. Let's go.
Thin half.
Yeah, then half.
This one will be flying down the sheets.
Third. Yeah. Thick is okay.
The important thing here for Team Canada is to make sure that they're planting, as Brendan said, planting their yellow rock on the center line behind that guard and removing at least those top two reds.
좀더 가드 좀 여유 있어.
Needs to make some of those reds go away.
Whoa! Curl!
Trying to catch us the right angle.
We're good.
Make the double
Great
and the
shot.
triple over the top, and we'll lie
Nice.
3.
Pretty good.
Good shot, bud.
So the Korean tap didn't quite line up the way they'd hoped, and a triple was available.
A sigh of relief for Brendan Botcher.
Hey, just a sliver thinner. And then it just skitters on.
Okay, this is
So important draw here for Korea. I mean, getting that 3 in the first end was a big momentum, and it's important for them. It was always important for them to make sure they scored this end. So they still have that opportunity.
네, 좋아요. 여덟.
So the last of the third,
쳐야 돼.
need draw down to that one.
Trying to get it to curl a little bit.
Now try and get this one to curl right to the button. Get it to the button for the single point.
샷.
And look at that. I think they just got there.
Nice sweeping there to try to make it curl a little bit and finish it.
A great shot, able to extend their lead back to 3 again. Jung Young Seok in Korea up 4-1 over Canada.
Okay, let's go. Good end. Get a deuce. Okay. Get a deuce here.
Well, 3 in the first. The difference in the game so far, 3 ends in. BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Glad you're able to tune in and watch this one. Korea taking on Canada. Korea's never beaten Canada at a World Championship.
Well, there's still lots of game left, so this Korean team will have to make sure they stay sharp if they want to win this game.
Well, it's that tale of David versus Goliath when you look at member associations. Korea just joining in '94. And this is only trip number 7 to the Worlds. They have 16 wins at World Championships. Canada has 29 World Championships.
And I mean, it's still a developing nation as well. And like I said earlier, we're seeing a lot more, more depth evolving within the country.
Yeah, it was a 7-team field at their national championship. They played round robin and then into the page. And this team,
yeah, I was surprised it was so many teams actually, which was great to hear because that's my point, is that the depth is showing now for this country.
And the next step is to have success at the world level here. Lee Jun Hayoung, 85%. Having that depth is something obviously we see in Canada, and that's able to push all those athletes to be even better. Canada has some work to do here. They're going to try and get there too.
Yep, putting up the corner guard. 2 pretty good shots by Korea. Really good first one, the top button there, and this guard's on the only about halfway, so Canada should be able to come around, tap this back. They want to get to the nose.
Real heavy. Okay, Kermit then. Kermit.
Back 12.
Kermit.
Curl then.
This hard, Darren.
Trying to get this to curl so they can get it up to the nose.
Hard, Darren. All the way. Hard. Hard. Hard.
Well, great sweep there by Darren Moulding.
Good shot.
Just got on it, tap it back.
Very good.
Yeah, really nice shot.
5이야, 영석아?
Park Se-won, 76% at the second position.
네, 좋아요.
6은 별로야. 7.
7. 준영이야. 준영이야, 이거.
Korea playing very well this game though so far. Trying to freeze just maybe a touch on the corner.
나이스.
Korea.
Line on the nose. Yeah. It's a hair tighter.
Line's good.
We're a little solid.
88% for Brad Thiessen.
Just back 4.
Line's okay.
Signals, yep.
Yep.
Hard.
Hard line.
Hard, Darren. Come on. Gotta go.
Whoa.
Big sweep to get by.
Curl and go. Right past it.
Yeah, just really over curled there.
Over.
Leaves a bit of a pocket here now for Korea.
Talking about, again, we talked about it with the stones. That one referring to it as a curly stone.
Yes, what we would call a cutter. And it sounds like they're thinking that that's what's happening with that stone of Brad's. So they'll discuss it and either switch it around or leave it with Brad, just at least being aware and throwing it maybe for a hit instead of a draw.
좀 있어 보인다.
핵.
괜찮아요, 핵. 와우.
Yep.
와우.
Hang up.
리.
Yep. Yep.
Korea trying to get to the inside of this
Whoa.
준영.
준영.
yellow one.
더 당겨줘.
Good. Shut.
Straight.
Just hung maybe a little bit. They just wanted to get a bit of an inside roll to sit on the corner of that yellow.
Freeze.
Yeah.
So now there's a bit of a pocket there for Team Canada to
Whatever turn.
set something up. They don't need to hit anything just yet.
This is good.
By playing this, they just sit in the pocket. And then if they have the opportunity to hit theirs, it would put those red ones right out the sides.
Easy. Easy. Line's good.
It's way light, doesn't it?
Line's good. Go ahead. We're a little tight.
A little light.
Tight and light is not always a good combination.
Gotta go.
Well, trying to work this one as far as possible.
Another miss there by Brad.
It's in.
Good scrub.
Brad won't be happy with those. That was a good opportunity to freeze in that pocket.
우리 거에 프리즈 어때? 별로?
여기.
아,
여기 나쁘지 않아.
괜찮지?
약한 거 괜찮아?
Just like.
안 들어올 정도 약한 건 별론데 여기 괜찮아요.
오케이.
We gotta get rid of this center guard.
여섯은 세요?
5 좋아요, 5.
Here, Team Canada's thinking about needing to get rid of those center guards now.
땡겨갈게요, 이거.
Korea, I think maybe just playing a tap. Maybe tapping and trying to squirt that yellow one out a little bit, roll their shooter over to the wing.
Kim Jung-min, 81% so far on the championship.
You see these Korean sweepers, they're always like brooms are right there, just always ready to sweep.
좋아.
Always expecting to sweep as they tap it just a little bit.
Yeah, so I guess they were playing more to the inside, a little bit more to that pocket.
Hit the one they just threw.
Yeah, and roll, put it behind the corner. It's only
good too,
one
yeah.
rock in there.
Okay.
Just half.
Hack? That's you want?
Good hack. Good hack.
Yeah.
Trying to hit what they can see of that red one that's in the top of the forefoot.
Almost bumper. Brett.
And just roll over a little bit. Maybe even be able to sit and out count.
Just the back one?
All right, Brad, you gotta go.
One
You
or
gotta
two
go. You gotta go.
reds.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Really trying to get anything with this one, trying to carve it over.
Okay.
Chips that Korean stone in behind as shot stone.
Yeah, just not
우리
quite,
1번이야, 영서가?
just not quite sharp. Team Canada on some of these shots that they're playing. They've over curled on some, they've under curled on others. Just not the typical precision we see from them.
여기 어때?
오케이. 아, 오케이. 룸이어도 돼요,
We heard Karik say a couple of shots ago that he felt that they needed to get rid of these center guards. It's probably a little bit too late in the end to be doing that, but now Canada's really in a little bit of trouble here on how they're going to get to that scoring area, even to just score one.
파이팅.
좋아요.
파이팅.
클리만 해줘. 둘.
파이팅.
좋아, 좀 만져도 돼, 준영아.
예.
둘.
걸. 워.
맞춰?
맞진 않을 것 같아.
This is they're just wanting to guard this side, but at over curl it didn't really. I'm not totally sure what they were guarding over on that side, just with the angles of those ones in the top 8 foot. I don't think that Canada could have got to their yellow one to tap it back. There might be an opportunity to come on this in-turn side now. There's an inch or two of that red one that Brendan just tapped exactly to punch that yellow one back.
Okay.
We'll have that later for one. I would.
Hack.
Okay.
I think that's the side that Korea, if they wanted to throw a guard, they needed to
And they
guard
gotta
that
roll
side.
yours so they don't have a double.
Well, it didn't sound like the front end for Canada fully agreed with. They're worried about those front stones. Those are the ones they wanted to rip, and that they'd have this later. But they're going to make the play right now.
Just
Well, it is getting, as I said, it is getting a little bit late in the end. This is third, second stones already.
Yep.
Yes.
Easy.
Just hack. Yes. Just hack.
Beeson, again, another big scrub.
Hard break. Come on.
Got to get by the yellow. By it. Now tap it back, push it up.
Good shot.
It's better to be high, I think. Yeah.
Great sweeping by Brad to get that by. That was really,
Good shot there.
really important to get by that. See Brad really, really pushing to get it by these guards.
And they're hoping to make sure that they rolled off as well, because now there's that stone on the side.
Yeah, and it was a little bit, oh yeah, they just get by. It was a little bit, they could have maybe swept that yellow one over a little bit more, but I think it would have actually made the double a little bit thicker, a little bit easier. Now it's a bit steeper. It's thinner.
진짜 얇아야 돼.
Even a roll here would be okay, right?
Even a roll here. And, you know, Korea's okay giving Canada a single point. They just don't want Canada to score any more than that. So a hit and roll over
인턴이야?
or the thin double.
잠깐만요. 살짝만.
But he's one chance to make this. If he misses it, we.
Jung Young-seok,
Yep,
77%. Skip for Korea.
This game, though, he's 92%.
Real close. And we'll make the double. Roll up a little bit out in the open.
Yeah, they wanted to hit that, I think, a little bit thinner because they ended up their shooter ended up getting the action off of the top of the yellow, and so it spun up. See, they were trying to make it curl, hit it a little bit thinner. They did remove the yellow, but you see that shooter spins up to the top of the forefoot, which leaves a little bit of an opening for Team Canada to either play the in-turn draw,
The
or
problem with the draw,
maybe
though, is
even
if we let them, if we don't
get to the nose on that
noses or something.
out-turn hit.
At least playing this, we're gonna have both
Get a little buried.
sides.
Whatever I play though from here, we're pretty much we gotta make perfect.
Only other shot is backline on the red and roll in.
사실 좀 웨이트 한 2초 3 정도 되면은 그냥 노을 라인 그대로 가는 거 같아요.
No chance.
Throw it firm, I guess.
There's nothing for them to
Trying to decide their best way that they might set something up that they can still get 2
Is there
points.
air? No air, he says.
No air, meaning no space from looking at it from the hack. There's no
See at
space
least an
between
inch, but
the guard, the halfway red
I'm
guard,
okay with this draw.
and the one
I'll
that
take
they
a look
were
at it from
talking
down there.
about.
Yeah, we'd have to roll in so much.
So playing the draw.
Brendan even said,
That's good.
Yeah.
whatever we make, we basically got to make right now, or it could be trouble. Darren was in a negative. If we don't make that, they may have something to really choke it off.
Like
Speed's still pretty good.
yeah, 14-5. 14-3.
14-3.
It'd be kind of
14,
right on the
yeah,
button and
14-3.
read. It's pretty good.
It's not.
Yeah, just right on the button, Brendan said, and they don't want to be any deeper than that because of that open red one on the other side. They don't want to leave that
Line's good. Whoa,
Line's
for the
good.
Korean
Yep.
skip.
Yep.
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 Hard.
Line looks tight.
Hard line.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Hard line, you got it.
Maybe a little bit light.
Hard.
Maybe, but
Hard. Keep going. Whoa. Whoa. Touch it.
Well, it's starting
Bounce.
to curl.
Bounce off something.
Yeah, I wanted to hit that top one.
Okay.
We'll get third shot, but
Okay.
almost like they got it inside and it took off.
Yeah, just maybe didn't even get out there.
That was just top 4.
무조건 앞에.
Good scrub.
Yeah, it sounds like it wasn't heavy either. The sweepers were on it pretty much all the way, and Park saying it was still only just top 4.
그냥 가드 별로? 드로우 공간 막으면 되지 않나?
그거는 약간 트라이 하다가 B 플랜을 가드로. 근데 약간 트라이 해도 될 것 같아.
그래, 트라이 하자.
하다가 B 플랜을 앞으로 세지 않게 갈게.
오케이.
라인 좀 넉넉해 줘.
Now, if you put a guard up, is coming in maybe giving Canada an out if you don't make it?
Yeah, I mean, it really puts some pressure on Team Canada, that's for sure. They could throw a guard because really right now what Brendan has is either, oh, and this is probably why they're coming in, but right now Brendan either has this on the left-hand side, playing that red one that they talked about on the last shot. There might even be enough of the yellow to see in the top 8-foot that they could hit that and double off the red ones that are there right now and then stay shot. So that's why Korea is choosing to come in here. They can't guard both sides. So by coming in, even if Canada tried to play their yellow onto the 2 reds, Korea would still be shot. And there's not enough space on the other side to actually get under and outcount this one if Jong Young-suk can make a really good shot. Can't be deep here.
Well, looks like with the sweep that he's not going to be heavy.
Yeah, they're trying to get it by these top ones. They want to try and get in there for 3rd shot, and it'll just come up a little bit light.
Comes up short, makes that draw a little trickier. What is that yellow that you talked about, Jill, available?
Can you just touch this?
No, I'm hitting it pretty good. I'm hitting a quarter of it.
That'll work. Only for 1, but it'll work. Just sliver this. I was just thinking if you could ever get this one going, but I don't think you can.
It's definitely not the game, the situation that Canada thought they'd be in this game.
There.
No, they just haven't quite been sharp on some of their shots, overcurled on a couple, undercurled on a couple, especially in the middle of the lineup. And so far, this Korean team is playing quite well from top to bottom.
So the 1 point Canada did score. They wrecked on a guard and got fortunate to get their one here.
That was a tough shot too, and now here we are again.
Yeah, I like it.
Tough shot.
Playing in turn at it. Last stone of the 4th and on it right away. Gotta get by the front, get by it. And they crash on that yellow up front. And it's a steal of 2 for Korea. They touch one again.
They just rubbed the top over curled.
So 6-1 Korea leading Canada after 4. Well, 6-1 is the score, and not the way you might have thought it went. Obviously, Canada coming in a large favorite in this game. They trail 6-1 and have not been sharp in this game, while Korea has put all the pressure on them that they can. Jill, I'll start with myself, Luke Coley. Jelly, you alluded to just in talking before the game about this. Some of these nations come out against Canada. First World Championship for Korea. Let's go beat Canada. Let's go put a good game against Canada.
Yeah, a team like Korea may come into this event and have a goal of having a certain record, and that record may not even get them into the top half of the field. But they're happy if they go home having beat Team Canada. And so this Korean team has really come to play today, not being afraid of the rocks in play, considering where they need to leave things for Team Canada, but then on the other side of it, Team Canada just not executing. And by the time it gets to Brendan's shots, he's had some very difficult shots to try to score.
So the first stone in the corner guard. And Canada, if you were watching this morning, a 10-1 winner over USA. And then you come out, get an extra longer break than you normally would in back-to-back games.
Sometimes it's better to go into an extra and run, have a sandwich, and back on the ice. No time to relax, no time to think. Just keep that momentum going.
And Canada knows they do have 2 sessions off after this. They have the night session off, then the morning, and then Italy tomorrow. But every team here capable of beating each other. Can't take anything for granted. And I've been very impressed with this Korean team, their play so far, and they're sweeping their line call. They've been on every shot, very close for the most part every single time they've thrown.
Don't kill it.
Yeah, now you see though they didn't quite get their rocks lined up this end.
Okay, we can wait. Quite a bit of curling.
May help Team Canada later. Team Canada is ignoring the one in the house, going around the corner guard.
Curl.
You need to bury this. They're getting by the guard by quite a bit.
Line's pretty good now.
Hard. You got it.
You're good. You're good. You're good.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Beauty.
Just that little bit behind the T line, no problem for Korea. They're
영수아 방금 14초 나왔다.
1, 2 갈게, 1, 2.
going to freeze to it.
조금만 더 잡아주라, 영수아. 조금만.
And you can see with a skip sometimes, you make some shots, you get some good scores. That confidence, that broom goes down a little bit quicker than it normally would.
Yeah, not questioning anything.
확실해.
가자.
6, 5.
가자, 하나 보여.
6.
천천히 봐줘.
5.
얍, 좀 약해. 얍, 사운드.
5.
얍.
성민이 형.
Really sweeping this one.
정민.
I was just going to say, it looks like it needs to curl, and they switched.
내가 맞춰서 잡을게.
Just a little rub.
일단
Must have been wide on the line there.
They did ask for a little bit more prior to the throw.
I'd almost hit the open one and roll under.
You like freezing to this one?
Sure. Draw around it.
So Canada needing to generate more than just a deuce here this end. So by freezing, if they make a good freeze here, it could potentially set up a 3. It's not always easy to freeze a pretty much open stone.
We're a little heavy right now. A little heavy early. We're still heavy. Okay, weight's close, man. Weight's close. We're real close. Gotta go.
So max line.
Line's good.
Max line.
No, it doesn't.
Max line. Okay, you're good.
And get it right to the nose.
Close.
Okay. Good shot, Brad.
Yeah, not
Did you
bad.
get a time on that, Brandon? At all?
At 14.8.
살짝 안쪽이에요. 타이트 해도 돼.
Okay.
So Korea just going to peel this corner guard.
They're a technically sound team. Every delivery, very smooth, very good mechanically.
Yep.
Yep. very 좋아요.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
헐.
Yep.
헐.
Good.
오케이. 샷.
Sick.
Oh, peels off that corner guard.
Yeah, that's still a, that guard is off the center
We
line a
could
little bit.
lose one that way, back 8 or whatever.
Yeah, and Team Canada can still use this.
Get it out of the way so they can't.
Or play the or play the same shot. Hey.
Yeah.
My first thought was to lob another one out here.
Yeah, I like that.
Just got
It's a good
so
call.
just trying to build here, just trying to build these rocks on top, make it more difficult for Korea to remove. So if Brad can make another good one here.
Whoa.
Pretty similar.
This rock won't curl
Whoa.
as much.
Okay, stay close.
Whoa, whoa.
Weight's good.
No.
No,
Weight's good.
More line on this one. They want to make sure they line these up the best that they can.
Really got a curl.
We're late now.
Yeah, now that it is curling, I think the speed is coming off a bit.
Probably okay there.
That's a pretty good
That's
shot.
not a bad shot. Not bad
That
at
is
all.
certainly, we've talked about the tolerances
night and
before.
day,
That
that
is certainly the tolerance to be a little bit on the lighter side. You didn't want to necessarily bump those around at this point and leave a double for Korea. It's Korea electing to just hit the open one. It's a good call. Just make the easier. Let Canada play to the middle with those other ones, and because then that way the Yellowstones are grouped together, and maybe Korea would have a double on their next one.
Yep. Hard, Junior, hard. Hard. Hard, Junior. Hard. Right side. Hard. Whoa.
What they don't want to do is roll to the middle too much, because that would leave a freeze opportunity for Canada.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hack.
Okay.
They actually rolled to a pretty good, much further, and
Probably
it leaves
good hack.
some backing
Freeze.
there for Canada.
Let's get a roll.
There, that's how you manipulate stones. You can see the wheels going in Brendan's head, trying to, okay, how am I going to generate this? How do we get that going?
Good hack.
Clean.
Yeah, weight's good.
Clean. Yep. Hard. Gotta go.
Got to get by this.
Whoa.
Guard.
Well, and they'll get it right on the nose, and they'll tap that one right through, so there's no backing
Good
on
shot.
Yeah, you heard them actually saying sit. They actually wanted that to stop at the back and stay in the rings, because if Korea tries to play at these yellow ones, one of the yellow ones would have likely jammed right at the back on that one. So they actually wanted that to sit.
아예 2개 아니면은 치고. 뭐가 어차피 근데 와도 1, 2번이네요, 저가. 2개가 안 나가지 지금. 진짜 얇은 나가. 근데
한 개만 봐도 될 것 같아요, 영서가.
이렇게까지도 있어서.
오케이.
에이. 핵은 범퍼 괜찮아? 예, 괜찮아요.
I think just mainly trying to roll their shooter behind the guard on the right-hand side. Not likely, and they'll just get rid of the one. The other one will probably squirt behind the guard, which is still good for Canada.
범퍼.
But there are lots of red rocks around here too.
Yeah, and a big lead. Anytime you can try and remove a stone, it's probably not a bad thing.
Hard.
Park Se-won trying to make the curl. Get that one out.
Nice.
Yeah,
1-2.
Yep.
The double for now.
Makes something, yeah. Definitely hit and roll on it.
Yeah.
아까 처음부터 조금 밀려갖고.
Might be
Just
able
a
to-
little low.
Might be able to get
You
all
probably
three
gotta
going
give me
here.
peel.
Okay.
You got it.
So we'll see the big lift delivery from Darren Molding now on the peel weight.
They need to stick their shooter here.
Nice shot.
Good shot.
It's pretty good.
Sticks the shooter right on the nose.
Yep, that's fine. It's important to just keep the shooter around.
Nice.
It's not bad.
Shooting.
어때? 여기 나와? 좀 걸리긴 해.
아, 너무 위험한 것 같아요, 형.
걸리긴
뒤에
해.
잽.
So Korea needs to be careful here playing that. Yellow one. They probably do need to play it. or play a run back on the other one.
Is there enough room to make that double?
I think it's pretty tight.
런백 괜찮지 않나?
이거? 이것도 나쁘지 않은 것 같아. 먼저 볼게.
If they play that yellow one on the left-hand side, they'll have to be careful. Make sure that they get to the inside of it so that they don't jam on their own.
네. 그냥 B 플랜.
그냥 일단 안쪽이면 될 것 같아. 그냥. 이쪽 무조건 이쪽.
여기 잡아주세요.
아웃선이야?
인천이 여기 잡아주세요. 약간 네.
So deciding to play
슈터 최대한 당겨줘 안쪽.
the run back,
오케이.
they have to make contact with this one in the rings.
만약에 안쪽 타이트하면은
We're going to skip stones now. This fifth end is a 6-1 Korea lead. Trying to
바깥 좀만 없으면 돼.
avoid the big end to Canada.
오케이. 아 좀만 더. 오케이.
진영아. 진영아.
Trying to make it curl.
샷.
Makes the double.
Yep, really nice shot.
샷.
So does Korea lying that one.
굿. 샷. 나이스.
Both sides playing their games here in this fifth end. Canada being patient, hopefully trying to look for a miss, but
세연아 이거 한번 찍어줘.
Korea as a team is at 95%.
They're playing really, really
근데
well.
인턴이 오늘 조금씩 다 밀린다.
너무 되게 잘 나요.
For depth.
All right.
Good speed through here, you think?
A little slow. 14.
I've been coming up light.
Yeah, give us a little more.
I've just been sliding a touch slow to you.
Yeah, it's just slower. It's slower.
Canada just trying to bury this. Make a nice draw here.
Just top four.
Top 12.
Yeah, gotta go a little.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Curl.
4. Top 8.
Gotta go. Just gotta go.
You gotta curl.
Okay, gotta go.
Curl and go. Hard.
They're trying to finish this, but trying to make sure that they get
That's
shot
not a
rock
bad
here.
spot.
Shot. Nice sweep, guys.
Good.
Nice.
Really nice shot that does leave
Okay. No.
potential double.
I think he thought at first of maybe a freeze, but played the slash double.
I mean, either way, if you don't make this shot, Canada has a chance for two.
And if playing the freeze, you might leave something for 3.
Yes,
if it
you
was
could. If you tapped
catastrophic.
off the right way and left the, yes, for sure, you could. And really, this is not the, it's not an easy double. I mean, if they're playing it across the face of the back one, then, but they do have to, if they're playing it more straight back, they have to really watch that red one of their own.
Jung Young-seok, last stone. Trying to kill those 2 yellow Canadian stones. A real big sweep, try and make the double, and jams it.
Yeah, that was the only thing about playing the double like that.
샷.
So leaves a chance for Canada to get 2 on the board, cut into that lead into the fifth end break.
Might even be a hair slower here.
Yeah, be a hair slower even.
Yeah. Okay.
It's hair more, eh?
Yeah, just.
So the last in the fifth end, the Canadian skip.
Your line's good.
Top 8.
Your line's good.
Just has to hit the paint.
Top 8, top 12.
Yeah,
That's 2 on the board into the fifth end. Break.
Good.
That would have buried completely around that guard.
Now one top 8 foot. So Canada gets their first deuce of the game. Comes in end number 5, but Korea has to be happy where they sit. They get the hammer and a 6-3 lead when we come back from the break. So the other scores here in session 11. Our game 6-3, Canada trails Korea. Well, in the sixth end, Germany doubling up Norway right now 4-2, and Netherlands controlling that game against China 8-1. Well, a low-scoring affair, 1-1. Switzerland and Italy over on sheet D. Here are the numbers after the first 5 ends of play. Great game so far by Korea. The score, they have the 3-point lead. Overall percentage, 94 to 81%. The draw percentage, 93 to 87. And hit percentage, 96 to 67% for Canada. Surprising numbers, but those 2 stolen points, a big difference in this matchup.
So it still got across the line.
Yeah, like, do you think that one curled?
And I thought it was a good throw.
Do you think your rock is slow, or did you just race the pass?
Because, like, we crashed here, too, and you took plenty of ice.
The ice is curling more.
That was my first draw.
Well, fifth end break, and now we're back into action. The BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Luke Collier with Olympic and World Champion Jill Officer, and said it throughout, but Jill, you know all too well some of these nations, especially the up and developing countries in the curling world, like Korea, really want to try and put their best foot forward against a team like Canada.
And so far, that's exactly what we're seeing by this Korean team. They've had a great first half of the game. Canada's left them some opportunities that they've taken advantage of. A few misses for Team Canada and a few ends that has led Brendan Butcher to not have a whole lot to shoot at. Here you see 100% game.
Yeah, you don't normally want to talk about that too often. It's almost like the perfect game in baseball. You don't ever want to say it. Into the 10th end earlier today, Christopher Sundgren missed his last shot in a tick. And then they played an extra, and he missed 2 ticks in the extra.
He was 100% until that point.
Until that point, and then 3 straight ticks missed. That'll keep the number right up in triple digits.
Tight.
So Canada really, really wanting to, well, I mean, they'd be happy with a steal, but if they can force Korea to a single here, try to generate 2 or 3 in the 7th.
Carrick, great numbers as well, 93%.
A little bit.
Little tight.
In Canada yesterday, they've been talking a few about the stones.
Yeah.
They had this pair of this set of stones yesterday afternoon in their game against Netherlands.
Well, I find, and maybe teams have different theories on this, but I find sometimes the rocks can be different if the ice is different, and you might see the tendency more if suddenly if the ice is curling more today, maybe a curling rock shows up even more than it does if the ice is straighter. So.
치까지 안 맞춰도 돼.
네, 1반 2 가자. 있어요. 가야 돼. 넷.
다섯.
넷.
다섯.
라인 좋아. 넷. 웨이 좋아. 여섯. 다섯.
여섯은 깊어.
다섯. 라인 좋아요.
라인. 헐. 지금 약해 보인다.
좀만 더.
헐.
아, sorry.
Trying to get around, close in, top of the 12-foot.
He knows it.
Good.
나이스. 좋아요. 좋아요.
Is that enough? Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Well, it's such a different
A little heavier out here.
Yeah.
situation as we see Brad Thiessen at 88%.
Not bad after this.
Everything went Canada's way this morning, and things haven't gone their way here this afternoon.
Line's good.
Yeah. We got quite a bit right now.
Stop.
The key shot here for
Close.
Okay,
Team
just for
Canada, if
line.
they
We're
can
back
wrap
8.
one around everything
Yeah, heavy.
here.
Back 8.
Might be E, it's heavy.
No.
Line's great.
It could be, it's back, well, back 8.
Good shot.
Okay.
Not bad. Stuck for second shot. They certainly wanted to be nice draw around to the top button.
We'll see what type of game plan they talked about in the break. Park Se-won, 95% on the game.
Yeah, you can see how much of an improvement that is from the average he's had so far this week.
Good.
Do they get in a change modes, go a little more defensive now, second half of the game? They've had success being aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, they're playing well, so they can probably get away with having a little bit of aggressiveness, but at the end of the day, they want to make sure they score. They don't want to give up any steals, so as long as they have a shot to score at the end of the end.
Weight's good.
Easy. Line's good.
Halfway high. Halfway. No, weight's good.
Line's
Canada
good.
will try to replace this guard.
Line's good.
It's good.
Good shot.
Good shot, Brad.
Let's just see that Yellowstone come into your picture at the back of the rings. The Yellowstone belonging to Canada. It is the Korean side that has the hammer here in the 6th end.
필. 필요해.
So peel that top one. Scoring now, essential. Don't have to go all out to take those risks to score multiple points.
No, and I think they just want to make sure that they don't want to bring Korea does not want to bring the play into that 4-foot area just yet. They've got their two, and they've got 2 sitting in the rings, and if they start to come into the 4-foot area, then Canada follows them down, and suddenly that scoring area gets shrunk pretty early.
80% on the game for Darren Moulding. Not bad numbers, but it's his takeouts. He's at 67% hitting, which normally he's really sharp with.
Right, and a few over curls for Darren, and even a couple of under curls on his hits. So just not quite figuring it out.
A patient approach. Jung Young-suk not showing any rookie nerves right now. Let's go up. Let's peel this one off. Not try and do too much.
Canada will I think you have to make a move at some point.
Kim Jong-min.
98%. Great game.
Everyone here for this Korean side is well above their tournament average. It's all you can ask for.
Yeah, I like it. 14 quarter.
Never hurts starting with a 3 in the first. They put the pressure on in the second.
Well, we talked about, right at the beginning of the game, Luke, we talked about how important that last stone advantage was that they earned in the pre-game practice. And that was a huge advantage for Korea coming in, and to get a 3 in the first hand.
Yeah, you just don't know how high you can ride that momentum wave and stay at the top. Sometimes you come down a little bit.
Very good. Pretty good.
So Canada making their move now. Coming in.
I like it.
Nice shot.
Thanks. Pretty good.
핸 노즈 괜찮아요? 어디? 빨간 거? 오케이. 살짝 깎아도 조금 묻었어. 근데 조금 묻었다. 노즈 힘들어? 이거 좀 묻었어 안쪽으로. 여기서 봤을 때.
So you can peel the top one, try and slash it across on your own.
Yeah, that, or you could do that.
약하게도 괜찮고.
B 플랜 있어 영서가 그거? 오케이 괜찮은 것 같아. 할만해요?
앞에도 괜찮아요. 오케이.
앞에 왔.
I think doing something off of that yellow one at the top is
백이야?
the best shot here.
백은 좀 센 것 같아요. 핵보다 약간만.
They need to open up that middle a little bit.
구 좋아요.
타이트해도 돼요.
So are they playing the tap on their red, Luke? Do you
It
know?
looks like the tap on their red.
I thought maybe they were even playing a tick on the yellow somehow. That was the last rock I saw, the
Sun
broom
touching.
tap.
I'll have to brush up on our Korean as well to decipher some of these calls.
This really is a time I wish I spoke more than one language.
Here's the sweepers again, real close on it.
Yeah, just trying to tap this straight back.
Wow.
That's really
fantastic.
nice. Really nice touch there because they had to make sure they got to at least the nose to tap it straight back and not touch their one in the top 8 foot.
Nose of our yellow.
Yeah.
And actually got a little roll underneath, so you can't freeze it or even make any sort of hit on it. And it leaves it in play, so there's a jam possibility if Canada tries to move them. It's been a very impressive performance so far in this game for Team Korea. Look at that, Brendan Botcher. 63% in the game.
Yep.
And I've seen that a lot, right out of his hand.
Back it up. Straight.
Trying to make that double.
Nice shot.
Yeah, pretty good.
Good. Line 2.
Line 2, yeah, exactly.
Very good.
Pretty good.
Is that
shot.
hooked a little bit? Are those hooked a little?
Yeah, a little.
Yeah.
Good scrub.
Nice. Nice shot.
Yeah.
Well, you see. And here, Brad Thiessen and Karek Martin, after those, just lots of work. It was
just a little,
Karek's dad, Kevin, who had a front end, Mark Kennedy and Ben Hebert all those years, that even if you weren't perfectly there, they could make a lot of shots for you.
Oh, yeah, I played a lot of games beside those guys in some events, saw up close them playing in Briars, and man, they could carry rocks. And I know a lot of the teams these days, the sweeping has improved so much over the last 10 years even, that these teams are so good and in such good shape and are just really able to drag these rocks.
웨이트 가야 돼, 웨이트 가야 돼.
웨이트. 오케이, 웨이트.
Well, after that, shot by Canada, Jung Young Seok, trying to wrap
Trying
it
to get
around.
some finish here in behind that red one.
끝 가야 돼, 끝 가야 돼. 샷. 좋아요.
Sliver of it still open.
I think maybe just enough for Team Canada to play a tap and just roll open to lay 3. Really trying to finish it there. another couple of inches deeper, and it's buried behind that, that red one.
So we've seen Botcher just come out and right out of the hand on it to try and hold the line. Almost rushing it a little bit, just.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe being a little bit uncertain about what exactly certain patches of ice are going to do. And we've seen, you know, some have overcurled and some have undercurled.
Get it going. Hard.
Now this one, of course,
Straight. Straight.
Curl. Little confusion there.
Well, able to tap that one back.
Great shot.
It's pretty easy to move that one.
Little confusion for the sweepers there. It's always a little scary when both brooms are going in at the same time, that if you ever, your brooms bang, you might bang the rock. That's a little nerve-wracking.
Yep.
Worked out really well. Good shot by Brendan.
Well, Canada got what they needed. Was
good sweep.
In a position for a force. Korea will try and make sure they get their score. They have an open look with the hammer.
범퍼! 웨이 좋아요. 워. 4초 안 돼. 4초 안 돼. 나이스 리드. 아니, 세훈이 거.
Good.
And no problem, right to the nose. Will sit in the forefoot, so Korea gets one more. Their lead now, 7-3. 4 ends remaining. Canada will have to try and score with the hammer when we're back.
Let's make them think.
Yeah. Don just said if anything, small shots will.
Welcome back inside the Winsport Arena here as part of Canada Olympic Park. Lovely setting for the curling bubble, part of the curling capital in Calgary. As the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship is being hosted. Of course, the Canadian Men's, Women's, and Mixed Doubles Championship already happening here. A couple of Grand Slam events after this, and then the Women's Worlds will move in.
7 events total in this bubble. Started somewhere around mid-February, goes to almost mid-May. With Canada with the hammer now, or the last advantage here in this end, are really going to try to score a multiple point end. They don't want this to slide into the house.
And it'll stop just in time.
A little tighter than Karik would like.
Are they to a point now where we will see them maybe stack the 2 corners now, especially with it tight?
I think so, yeah, especially because it's tight. If they had left it up by the BKT logo in the ice, maybe they would have split the sides and split the corner guards. But I think with that being so tight, they're likely to put up a long guard on the same side, which I probably think they would have done anyway. But
So now Canada needs to be real sharp. They need to put it together in these last few ends of the game. It's a 4-point game. They're going to try and secure at least 2, if not try and get a 3 in this one.
Right. I think if there was an option for them to play a shot that might set up a 3, that would for sure be the option for them.
Dig. Hard.
Very good. Beauty. That's pretty good.
We haven't seen any panic or any worry from the Korean side and their skip Jung Young Seok.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about how this is their first appearance at a World Championship. I haven't seen much of this team. Even this week, I haven't had the opportunity to watch much of them, but they seem very, so far, quite calm and collected and keeping their cool and just going about their business. So we'll see if that continues to happen if Canada starts to get something going.
Good, yeah. So we're all lined up, so I don't mind it.
Well, they come in lie 3.
Okay.
See how Canada goes about it. Brendan has been in the type of skip where you hear him talk through a lot of his shots, but it seems today where it's just not coming real always to him exactly how it's going to play out. And
yeah, and I mean, Korea, like we said, is not afraid to really put these rocks in play, so it is causing those situations where, you know, trying to take a look at what the best option is. And sometimes when your team maybe isn't playing as sharply as you normally do, you have to take that into consideration as well.
So the shooter just hangs around the edge of the 12-foot. Peel the corner, or you could go after and hit the one in the house.
두 개 어때요? 살짝 안쪽.
오케이.
무조건 안쪽. 바깥 없어.
Yeah, especially because I think that one in the house is actually third shot. Maybe be tempted to hit it.
정민.
Well, get both of them. Will they jam it? Could that be one that swings this game?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's the way that they were playing the double peel, but that was sort of the wrong way because of that yellow one, you know, then coming into the house. They needed to play across the face of the one that was tight to the rings so that it comes straight back through the rings, and the other one, the only thing is then you still leave more of a guard closer to center line, but it's a long guard.
More then.
It's close.
Whoa. Line's fine.
Weight's good.
Line's good. Line's good.
Back 8's perfect.
Back 8. How's line?
Line's good. It's got to curl a little.
Okay. It's still there.
Good. Good shot.
Good.
Very good.
See these yellow ones piling up here, Luke. This is when it'll be a real test for Korea to see.
Got to make one double, and they're well spread out, so it's not easy.
You could make this double on the one on the center line, that one with the one at the back. Roll the shooter over. Not throwing a ton of weight because they want to be able to keep the shooter. They really need to keep that around in the rings. They can clip that back one though.
Clip it on the way.
Shot.
Right.
Shot. Nice.
And they outcount that one on the far side.
Yeah,
but they're
that's
third.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice speed here.
Yeah.
So it is good that they outcounted that one, but it does leave this
Line's good.
corner guard opportunity still. Try and bury another one in here.
Got to
No,
curl.
weight's good. Weight's good.
Weight's there.
No,
Really
we're
got
there.
to curl.
Weight's there.
We're for sure there. We're T. We're right.
Yeah. Around it.
Yeah. Yeah. We're there.
This is just really hanging out there.
Sit, sit, sit.
It is.
Okay. That's not bad.
Just, oh, maybe not.
Fourth.
오케이.
Okay.
노즈 업
오케이.
살짝 다운
5, 6.
Yeah, so leaves an opportunity here for Korea to play. Maybe get rid of both of these. It's a mistake there by Darren.
기다려줘 기다려줘
약간 펌펌. 확실히 느낌 봐. 가.
와줘
So it
그냥
looks
와줘
like it's floating. You can see it floating, moving a little
Away
closer
from-
to the boards. And they're trying to finish it, and oh, and now another
샷.
miss now by Korea. Now this is the
Just
test
to
for
bring
Korea now.
all of them into
Can
play.
they stay patient?
We don't need to.
Well,
I've kind of I think this one's probably lost.
It's gone. All right.
Most
I
likely,
think we
yeah.
draw.
Big opportunity here for Canada.
It's a fraction less.
Here's
Another-
that extra shot that you take.
I think
And
it
then
ended up
yes, and to set up a 3, maybe even
spun her
more
back.
here. If Darren can
even.
take this second opportunity that he has to make this shot and make a good one.
Oh,
Line's bad.
line's good. Line's good on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a nice throw that time by
Weight's
Darren.
not bad. Top 8.
It's always cards.
Top 8. Top 8.
Weight's good.
Top 8.
Weight's good.
Top 8. Top 8.
Hard, Brad.
Brad a little
Trying to finish it in here a little bit. Just biting each foot is good.
Hard. Good. Good shot.
spot.
Very good.
Yeah, really nice.
Shoot, buddy.
Yeah, Korea, I think, yeah, they have to freeze. Not much choice here now. These yellow ones are building around and
Very
not
good.
much to hit and get
So
any
we
good
lost
result.
both, but
So important shot here for Korea to freeze down to this back one.
This is going to be a test for him. This is, like you said, Jill, the first one he's going to have to face and see what he can come up with.
8 볼게. 7.
Jung Young Seok.
D 8까지 나이스 굿 천천히
웨이 좋아요.
8까지
8 클린 맞.
천천히
8.
클린
8. 8.
천천히
야,
8
7.
오 웨이트
7.
웨이트 웨이트
7.
8
And they got to be to the back.
They've got to be to the back. They can't chap off. They cannot bounce off. They need to leave it in front of that yellow one.
Did they over sweep it early? Just a little
I think
bounce.
so, yeah.
Back line, roll
Just
under.
a little opening here.
It's getting real scary now for
Just
Team
enough
Korea.
to move it.
That is a lonely red at the top of the forefoot.
Force this way,
Canada has stayed patient.
Just
There's
back
been some
line.
frustration, but in this new end, this end, they've been trying to just put some back-to-back shots together, and it's building here. It's building.
I think that's probably
Korea
men.
will need to be
It's
very
tough 'cause it's
careful.
right on the side.
I think it'll be close.
Yeah. Let's back line.
Clean.
Okay, back line.
Solid back
Yeah,
line.
almost hack.
Solid back line.
Hack.
Got to cross the face of this one.
Yeah, they don't want to get too tight to this top
Can't
one
touch
either.
the top one. And look at that. Tap it and have 3 under cover.
Good shot. Same shot here for the Korean skip, though. Trying to get it by this top one at the house here. Oh, and it just gets by.
Wasn't sure if it maybe just flicked it a hair, but it did get by.
I'll have a shot now.
Great sweeping. So important shot here for Korea. They need to stay just on the left-hand side of this freeze. They don't want to come to the nose of it because that might leave some type of double for Canada for a bundle.
여덟.
Really big shot here for
여덟.
Jung
라인만,
Young-suk.
라인만.
여덟.
아홉. 확실했어요.
Just looks out there a little bit.
준비. 준비해. 괜찮아. 죽고 있어. 죽고 있다.
노 바운스.
Starting to make its move now. Got to stay close.
It's really moving now. They got to be frozen.
샷.
Wow.
Yeah, good shot. If there's any double here, it's pretty thin.
Yep, just stuff it, and we get 3. It's a quarter.
Huh? We can.
What are you throwing?
For 2.
I felt like they almost lost that actually.
Looked like it might actually have clipped that top one, or it didn't come frozen.
Let's go. What is it?
Yeah, so as I was saying, if they leave that red one a little bit to the left,
off the center.
if Team Canada tries to play this double, it just jams right in and you can't get rid of it. Now, because it curled a little more up to the nose, it's left this opportunity for Canada.
Well, they've been playing to try for this big end. Now they got to cap it off for Brendan Botcher. Try and get the thin double. And thin on their own.
Too thin.
And it's a steal of 1 more for the Korean side. All that effort goes for naught. Great freeze, Jung Young-suk. What's the pressure on? Was not very far from making that double for a bundle. Instead, 1 more. 8-3, Korea leads with 3 ends to play. So an update, all the other games here in session 11. Our game, Korea 8-3 over Canada. Germany doubling up Norway 6-3 in the 8th. Norway the only unbeaten still, so on the verge of a possible first loss. Netherlands have defeated China, so Netherlands 10-2 winners. So they get win number 1. And Italy 2-1, leading Switzerland in a low-scoring affair on sheet D. Brendan Botcher's face, emotions don't change too much, but very tough to miss that double that he was playing too thin.
Like he must have just missed the one that Jung Young-suk had just put there, as he did pick his own out from behind it. But real missed opportunity there for Team Canada. They played a good end and had a chance at a few there.
Look at the numbers of both leads, 98-95 for Lee. Now, Canada put everything they had and got some mistakes from Korea. It was a great freeze on his last. Jung able to just put it right on the face of it.
But like I said, still left that bit of an opening for Team Canada because it actually curled a little bit too much. It was still a great shot. Be a big battle for Team Canada now, unless they can get a 3 here. If they do what they did last end, it's quite possible. But this Korean team is playing very well and very consistent here this game.
Well, first 2 into the top part of the rings.
So you'll see this time with the higher guard on Kark's first one, Team Canada will now play the corner guard on the other side.
Line's good.
Is that a little late, maybe? Yeah, Darren. It's curling.
Hair less. Line's good.
Even them up.
Nice
Park
shot,
say
Park.
that
Very good.
to even them up, you want them to be able to be at the same depth so that it makes any sort of double peel impossible or really difficult. See the frustration there. Kark just made both of his shots, and the frustration's still hanging around from the last end.
Park Se-won, curling his opponent, Brad Thiessen. And those, especially Thiessen and Martin, they put a lot of those shots in pride in making shots for molding and botchers. So when he's unable to carve that one and get enough,
yeah, then you know that the precision is just not sort of happening. It's not there when those two sweepers aren't able to have enough of an effect to make a shot.
I think it's almost better if you're a sliver behind the tee line.
Yeah.
Yep.
every game's so important. Of course, the top 6 into the playoffs of the 14-team field.
Line's okay.
Also, top 2 teams will get a bye straight to the semifinals. The other 4 will play in a qualifying game to get to the semis.
Line's good.
Coming down a little. Yeah, we're on the tee. Back.
Back tee is good.
Just behind the tee.
Canada coming in with 1 loss.
No, we're good.
That coming to Switzerland yesterday. I know they still have some tough games on their slate. They got Sweden still. They will still play Norway, RCF, and Italy. Teams that are right up there in the top of the standings.
정민? 정민?
정민이 형.
정민? Kyle?
Well, they're going after it, and will remove that one from the rings. Park Se-won.
Yeah, still corner guard up for Team Canada, though, on both sides.
Okay, this one I want high. Top 12.
Yeah, because the double can't you? Still think it's...
The line's good.
Max,
Yeah.
a lot for weight.
Top 12. Whoa, we're a little heavy. No, yeah.
We're a sliver tight.
Just for line. Just for line.
Clean. Whoa, we're by. We're by.
Okay, don't want to.
We're by.
Whoa, just let it sit. Let it sit.
That's a good shot. Good shot.
We might sneak under.
So, do you see them playing the run back, or is it just peel it?
I kind of just think they need to peel it. Otherwise, they're just leaving a lot of guards up front.
Kim Jong-min, 88% to Darren Molding at 82.
Kim has actually come down. He was at 98% for the longest time.
Whoa. Whoa.
Shot. Nice.
So, run back made, rolls it to the center.
Yeah, good shot.
And things are going.
Still lots of stuff for Canada to use.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I've been one.
Certainly not building like it was last end at this point.
It's not that. At 14.25 here, it's a little heavy.
And this is that board side that we're talking a little bit heavier on this spot.
Easy.
It's
Easy.
there right now. Weight's close. Back
Line's
4.
good.
Just for line.
Line's
Yeah,
good.
probably just line. Back
Close.
close.
Easy.
Okay.
Close.
Back 4, back tee.
Yep. Line's great.
Main thing
All
is
the way
not
back
to be
here, all the way
buried
back
here.
Hard. Get in there, get in there, get in there. Good shot. Very good.
Oh, that came down a lot.
Yeah, you just heard Kark say came down a little more than they thought they were calling back for most of the way.
T 6시. 네. 오버히트는 없어.
Korea here following them down. freeze.
웨이트 좋아. 6.
So the scoring area for Canada is already smaller than it was last end when it was building for them.
Lee Jun Hayoung on this one. There, they'll crash on the front, unable to get around.
And so an opportunity for Canada to stick another one in there.
And Jill, playing those runbacks were great, but now that's part of the problem. They're leaving them in front.
Yeah, and it's kind of blocking off a little bit of those paths on the outside to get to maybe a piece of the forefoot or anything if needed.
We can wait.
Yeah, we can wait.
It's not bad.
It's close.
Max line.
Okay,
we can wait.
We can, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, cool.
It's got to curl a mile.
Oh, just worried about
Curl!
Yeah. Just don't want to bounce off. Yeah, that's...
Just let it die, let it die, let it die, let it die. Good shot.
That's
Good.
close.
Shot.
It was good.
Little wider. They would have liked to curl that a little bit more, but they also, like you heard them say, they couldn't afford to chop off. And when you're sweeping it, you're also adding speed.
So sizing up this straight back double. They've been making everything in the game, so you kind of feel it. You just put the broom down and go. Oh, look. Those last stone throwers. Jong Young-suk trying to go straight back and catches it off the side. Opens things up.
Yeah, it's not...
Three's definitely in play now.
Yeah, for sure. Canada can put a good guard here. I mean, Korea does have a couple of options here with these corner guards.
We might not be 1, 2, 3 at the end of this, and I think that has to be okay. Like I think I would rather get lots of separation, make a double on my last one.
Okay.
With the out turn.
Yeah.
Close to half.
Back line.
Yeah.
Kind of wanting to move these around a little bit because of the way they're set up here right now. Korea could make a pretty simple double on them. They could even run that corner guard in and make a double on them. So by separating these, it will make it more difficult for Korea, or more difficult, yes, for Korea to potentially remove 2 of the Team Canada stones.
That looks like a lot.
So if they can get some good separation here, leave it difficult for Korea to eliminate more than 1 Team Canada stone.
Solid back line. Yeah, back line.
Yep.
Solid back line.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Whoa.
Solid back line.
Whoa.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean.
Whoa.
Whoa. Curl.
Want to get separation.
It's okay. It's all right.
Yeah, they really wanted to separate those a little more than that.
Just not enough weight.
Yeah, it seemed like maybe they could have used more weight on that to get
Hit
that
it a little
separation.
farther. That's pretty good.
Hard to do.
너무 두껍지만 않으면 되죠.
So a double available.
옆에
Yeah, it looks
20,
tight.
20까지야. 네. 10도 괜찮아.
But so even just a hit and roll over is not yeah, it's not too bad as long as it's right in front.
Yep. Oh.
Jong trying to make a couple of these disappear. Got to get it to curl. And will not remove any. Too thin. And a draw for 4.
Out of nowhere. What a missed chance for Korea.
Wow, did that ever swing just like that? I don't think
Speed's pretty good.
Botcher hit it where he wanted to.
It was what, 14?
Thought he was going to be thinking about drawing for 2.
It's a little heavy. It
Feels like half will be heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah, you see, now we're getting a little later in the game. The pressure's on.
14.
It's creeping in on this Korean team. We saw a little bit of it last end. Now all of a sudden it's a 1-point
Line's
game.
good. Straight though.
Botcher needs to put this in the 8-foot to get that 4th point.
Hard.
right away. Thiessen and Martin.
Hard! Gotta go. Come on, head down.
Yeah, I think they've had their heads down for for a bit already, Darren.
Good.
Just making sure that gets there.
Good.
Canada right back in it. 1 point difference now. The 4 goes up for the Canadian side in that 8th end. 2 ends remaining. 8-7. Slight lead for Korea. So that 4 jumps out at you in that 8th end. It had been a steal in the 7th. Canada a chance for multiple score. They get 4 in end number 8. Korea does have the hammer still in that control position. They have a 1 point lead in the hammer. But how are the nerves? How are you feeling now? The mental part of the game creeps in big time now.
Well, right. I mean, you know, we saw back in the 7th end where things were building for Team Canada, and it was really, you know, a miss by Brennan Botcher that gave up the steal. Otherwise, it would have been probably 3 for Canada at that point. And so, you know, this time, this end, it built a little differently, and it wasn't almost until the end that we saw the bigger number of points building for Team Canada. And then really the first outright miss we've seen from Korea came last end and left that open draw for 4. So yes, it'll be interesting to see how Korea handles this from a mental standpoint. Like you said, still 1 up with the hammer.
Well, and for the Canadian side, they get the 4. They're still down 1. How do you go about the end now? Are you all out steal mode, or force still isn't the end of the world?
No, I think force is okay, and then you know, try to get your, you know, in 5 rock rule, the 3 is almost always there.
It's a good shot.
Not bad.
Good shot.
It's not bad. Okay. Good shot. Not bad. Just wrong side of it. It's fine.
와, 이거 좀 많이
라인이긴 해.
6,
라인
6,
깊어요.
6.
I've seen the percentages. They were a 15% difference at one point. Now get it creeping closer together. 88 to 85 and slight advantage to Korea now.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, Canada's numbers have come up a little bit, and
샷. 아, sorry.
Yours?
Korea the other way.
Get to nose with kind of back 4 weight.
Couple of deep ones here for Korea to start this end, which is
Tap it? Yeah. Okay. It's a 4. We want it tap.
means advantage Canada, even though Korea does have the last stone.
Close.
Clean.
Stay close.
Line's good.
Weight's good.
Close.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Close.
Whoa,
Close.
whoa.
Close.
Clean. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hard.
Hard.
always hear Kark cheering on the other sweeper when he's on the outside.
Good.
Really nice. They got that to nose, little tap. Let's see Korea at the first opportunity here, get rid of this guard. So with those ones behind the T-line and the guard, it's not helping them at all.
Try clear the front. Bring everything into the rings if they can.
Yeah, if they can still, they'd be happy with a blank here. Scoring 2 would be good. Scoring 1 is not really the ideal, and not really the greatest situation for Korea, giving the hammer back to Canada in the last end.
And normally you'd say giving up a steal here is not awful. You'd be tied with the hammer. If he told you before the game you were tied with,
playing 10, you'd probably take it.
Probably take it, but
so really the only thing they don't want to do is score 1. Giving up a steal would probably be okay. Blank or scoring 2.
Gotta go, Kark.
So Korea does not want to score 1.
Let's go. Keep going.
You see the backward sweeping there that we've seen a couple of times, especially with this Canadian team. And the idea is to create the same broom head angle as the inside sweeper to try to create sort of some paths in the ice and get the rock going the same way.
well, here they'll run it and pick their own out and leave the center.
It's not bad. It's not bad for them to have picked the back one, but leaving that guard is not ideal.
They're very close to clipping the top one, which wouldn't have been awful.
Ooh,
There's
yeah.
the reaction.
14-5 to T. We're going top 8, top.
So here again, you see it building a little bit for Team Canada. They've got both their stones lined up in front of that lonely Korean stone, and they're going to try to put another one on top of it.
It's too bad.
Okay.
Room!
Whoa.
We're just
there.
top 12, top
curl.
Canada's in such a nice position. I almost wish it was later in the end.
Go, Hartberg, we gotta go. We're just tight. Come on.
Whoa. It's pretty good, I think. Nice.
You can hear the intensity in Kark's voice.
Very good.
Sort of come back these last couple of ends and really sort of not panic, but just that you can feel the energy here for this Canadian team after scoring that big 4 last end.
And you're hearing the breaths after the big sweep again.
Now create changing tune here a little bit. Guarding for their lives.
Right now they are shot stone.
But again, they really don't want to score only 1 this end. So there would be at this point an out-turn draw to the side of the button. This is a little deeper than they want. Might come right to the corner of this yellow.
shot.
Should we do it yet? We're probably too early still.
Okay, well, if we throw much weight at it, this one's always going to pop out.
Yeah.
But these other 2 are going to be buried, as is this one.
Do you want to?
We don't have a lot of time, but.
Do you want to take a tee?
Sure. Timeout.
Timeout. Timeout.
So we're going to take some time to discuss this here. Teams are only allowed 1 timeout, so this is it for Team Canada.
You could also throw this run and try and hit it on the, well.
No, this will drag a little, don't you think? The 4?
Oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Like, I think your shooter rolls out. I just want to throw enough weight that this rock doesn't go over here and leave an in-off back.
The
I
1.
want to lose it.
It would almost be better to
Or
play it soft.
Or
like,
play it soft,
throw
yeah.
hack and just try and move them all a
Yeah,
little.
we just got to
I
get.
kind of like that.
Yeah, because then this still lines up with this.
You should still get them lined up.
Or you like
No,
Johnny?
this one is always going that way.
Yeah, no, but I
Yeah.
mean these 2. To here.
I think you want to be at least 1, maybe 2 here, if you can. Can you get 1, 2 here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can get 1, 2, 3 here.
Okay.
What?
I just don't want to throw so much weight that this rock
Yeah, the
gets
more
to
we
here.
throw.
Okay.
Hack? Hack, I think this one only goes to like here. Is that worse?
Hack, this rock might not move at all.
Yeah.
Now, if we hit it, we're going to roll over a little bit for something to use later?
We have to hit it high, yeah.
Or do you want to, yeah.
I think the weight's almost bumper.
Because this rock's still going to be another guard. Like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
So do we throw weight and just get it all? Like,
could we hit it thin enough that we kind of cross it almost a little and keep them staggered a little up there?
I think if you just stuff it, you're good.
The harder it goes, yeah.
As long as you're sliding 2, I think. As long as you're lying 2, I think is big.
Okay.
Bumper.
And then 4 is,
Good
if anything,
bumper.
dragging a little
Good
that
bumper,
way,
yeah.
probably. So.
We got to make sure.
Good bumper, and I'm going to play it pretty thin.
Okay.
So things are.
I think we're trying to hit about a third.
Things are lined up so well here for Team Canada that they want to be able to move these rocks, but keep them behind
Brad, hard on her
the
yellow,
center
that's
guard,
what's up, maybe.
but get that shot rock of Korea out of the way.
You got her down.
This key shot in the end right now.
Yeah, if this is made well,
Just
then
bumper.
it's a really good steal situation for Canada.
Back it up, back it up, back it up, back
They
it up.
got to get by this guard, though.
Real big sweep. Brad Thiessen, can they get it by the guard? Got to get by.
I think they might have feathered it.
Good shot. Good shot.
And it's Canada lying 1, 2, 3 now. Wow, that was a sweep.
Let's see, does he catch it? No.
No.
Enough to get them all.
All 3 of ours are
Yeah, so you see that one on the right scored out. That was what Canada didn't
Nice
want,
shot.
was to have that scored out so much, because
I do
now
like all those
Korea
ones are
can
staggered
throw
now.
some weight at this and maybe get rid of all 3.
They need to come up with something. They struggled last few shots last end that led to the 4. Kim Jung-min.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Well, jumped it early. Did they back it up? And they'll pick 2 out.
Shot. Shot.
Got one right on the button belonging to the Canadian side. Got 2, but I think they were hoping for all 3.
야, 맞지?
근데 센터 거까지 힘들었을 것 같아. 거야.
Right to it, guys.
Yeah, same speed. Yeah, it's like 14.
So it's still a good opportunity here for Canada to try to come in there and freeze. Korea's still under some pressure here.
Just right in on top of their own.
Yeah, try and get them lined up, one in front of the other.
Room.
Easy.
Room. Line's good.
Weight's good.
Weight's good.
Room.
Whoa,
Weight's good.
real
Line's
close.
good.
Room.
Straight. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa.
Weight's really good.
Curl. 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 Yeah.
Trying to finish it in there.
Oh, it's perfect. Nice shot.
Oh, really good shot there by Brendan.
Very good.
Now, you know, like those ones
Very
are
good.
staggered on the right.
Nice shot.
Good judge.
Korea can't really do anything there.
Attaboy.
Yeah.
See Canada really working hard. Get that one now. They're thinking steal 2.
Good.
Yeah, and they were thinking steal a while ago because their rocks were set up so well by their front end. Really not sure what Korea does
이거
here.
할까, 이거?
각이
They could play the red-red combination,
나오지도
but
않는
that
각이어서.
yellow one is a little bit in the way to get the right ankle
크로스로.
or the ideal angle.
If you play it, maybe you open it up.
Yeah, maybe.
하나?
하나만?
네.
I think if you play the peel, you probably got to hit something to help yourself.
Yeah, I mean, if they're just playing the straight peel, you know, Team Canada throws up a guard and maybe they have a draw to the side button, but
뒤에 건 각이 안 나올 거. 해서 마지막
I think if they could try to make contact with those ones in the forefoot just to create some space.
So just the straight peel of that center line guard.
It almost seemed like that was what they indicated.
Shot.
I thought if you're peeling, you might try it into those just
just to try and get them moving around on the forefoot there. This is not.
We guard, what does he have?
Draw here.
Yeah.
If we guard, I think we're stealing one.
Okay.
But honestly, if I don't throw, I think we're stealing one.
Well, he just raises that, right? He nuts it for one.
You can see nose.
You can see all of it.
Sure, but any other rock I put in here, that'll still be a steal of one.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we can draw here, it's a steal of two.
Okay.
Let's make it.
I like
Let's make it.
Let's put it right there.
I like it.
Yeah.
And if we force
This Canadian team is very good at explaining these situations for us, Luke. So you heard it. They're trying to find a way that maybe they can really put the pressure on Korea here.
It's not an easy draw.
No, not at all.
In this situation.
Maybe get a two-steal out of this.
He's got to hold his shooter. Otherwise, it could be a steal of three.
I just don't like that it's for two. Well, it's probably not for two because
Once I get
too much weight.
Yeah.
You like that?
I like that.
It's just, yeah, we don't want to be like there.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they stop short of their zones or they're now, it could leave Korea a triple for three, or for two, pardon me. So they just want to be on the tee line.
Do you completely hate this or only kind of
tuck it just a little bit?
I think speed will be the same.
It's whatever we think we want to leave him.
So right on the tee?
To be honest, if he's throwing a peel weight on that red one at the end of this, I'm not super upset.
Yeah.
So tee?
Right on the tee line. Yeah.
Yeah, because Korea needs to be able, if they play something on that red one, they need to be able to get to as much of the nose as possible, and that's really tight to do that with that yellow one sitting there.
So this one right
to
the side of the button.
Yep, right on the tee line.
Line's good, room.
Maybe
Line's
a hair
good,
more.
yeah.
Same. Weight's good.
Whoa, line's real good.
Okay.
Line's great.
Weight's good.
Whoa.
Whoa, curl.
We're there, Ken.
Oh, looks like this is sliding a bit, but it does need to curl. Here it goes now.
Hard, go.
What a great shot.
Good shot.
Real good.
That's exactly where they wanted it.
Very good.
I actually thought the sweepers lost it for a second. It seemed to be out there, and then it really took a swoop, and the speed came off a touch. Really pressure on Korea now.
They have just seen Canada put up 2 impressive ends in a row. And the pressure is on.
Now you see them start to really go here to get that tucked a little bit right on the tee line. Exactly where they wanted it.
Yeah.
Really good management by the sweepers on that stone.
Korea has called a timeout.
Yeah,
1점 지고 후공이면 괜찮은데.
not sure really what they have here.
지금 3점 주면 힘들고. 근데 뭐 따로
확실히 보긴 해야 될 것 같아.
If they could find a way to only give up a steal of 1.
1점만 줄 수 있는 방법이 없지 않아 지금?
없을 것 같아.
그거 더 런백을 시도할 수도 없고 그러면 3점 맞으면 안 돼서.
딱 맞춰야 돼요, 진짜 이 맞으려면. 근데 약간 마이너스여서. 지금 많이 났어요, 이거?
잠깐 나와봐. 그래도 런백을 해도
보면서 가긴 해야 될 것 같아.
그렇게?
이렇게 웨이트 좀 있게 할게요. 빠지면 어차피 그냥 이거 하나만 보면 되니까.
Well, those 3 are Canadian stones.
가게 진짜 애매하면 그냥 하나만 보는 게 나아. 가게 애매하면.
I think they're looking at, because they can see the one that's on the center line at the very top forefoot, I think they could see a sliver of it. I'm wondering if he's thinking he can feather that one so that it goes onto the yellow and removes one of them and hits it thin enough that his shooter comes off and also removes the one that Botcher just put there to only give up a steal of 1. He has to hit this quite thin. Really thin. But I think that's what he's seeing.
Rather than risk running that one back and touching that top one, giving up a steal of 3. Has seen everything Canada's thrown at him here in this 9th end.
Floating off the center line. You see it moving off the center line.
And we'll peel it out, and it's going to be a steal of 2 for Team Canada.
Good.
And the first time in this game, Canada will have the lead, 9-8. 6 unanswered points by the Canadian side. Well, this has been a wild one. The BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship 2021. Luke Coley here with Jill Officer inside the Winsport Arena. Our continuing coverage throughout the week. Session 11, and Korea at one point an 8-3 lead, but now they trail for the first time. They haven't been able to stop the bleeding after the 4, give up the steal of 2. 6 unanswered in the last 2 ends by the Canadian side.
And really, it started back in the 7th end, even though Canada gave up a steal of 1. That end was really building for the Canadians, and it was just a missed last shot that gave up the steal, but it would have been for a bundle. And so the Canadians have been putting a series of shots together in the last few ends here and putting the pressure on, probably for the first time in the game, on the Koreans, and Koreans have missed a few.
Left a few more stones in play than probably they would have liked to at this stage of the game. See them try and set up the corners. They scored a 3 in the first. Well, they'll need 2 to win, 1 to tie right now.
I mean, really, if again, we talked about this the last end, where now it's just a mental situation now for Korea. Again, coming into the game, if they had been told you're down 1 with playing the last end, would you take that situation or play the whole game? Well, they might have taken that situation against the Canadians. So be interesting to see here how this last and final end plays out.
Well, this is the 7th time they played at the World Championships. Korea has lost all the 6 previous games. Probably a number of people in South Korea early in the morning on a Tuesday morning watching this one.
Good Korean coffee in hand.
Yeah, there you go. 7:45 in the AM. All our South Korea viewers.
Back.
That's good.
4초?
Playing to the middle here. This one's really moving. They got on the guard. Oh, maybe that's what they were playing. The tick, it worked, because it worked out. I didn't see what the actual call was, but that worked out. It's a good shot.
I seem quite happy with the result. Either way.
Well, even if they were playing to the one in the house, that certainly is the tolerance right there. That's the way to miss it.
It's got to be tough for a Korean skip to look back and see those big numbers.
Line's good.
Line's good. Hit it a little.
Very unusual for a second not to have any hits in a game. Bad toss in all draws.
Line's good.
Close.
Line's
got to be almost splitting.
To my broom.
Almost splitting half.
Curl.
You're good. Good.
Good shot.
So here, maybe looking at the run back, try and clear it out that way. Take one effort at that. Park say 1. Clears up a chance, maybe cautious risk to try and go for 2. And look at the run back.
Yeah, good shot. Does leave that center guard up there.
So a few guards now for Korea. Try and generate their offense with the hammer.
Your line's good.
Hair light. Little light. Top 8.
Gotta go.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Max line.
Okay.
Got a curl.
Hit it, Darren.
Got a curl.
Hard, Darren.
Got a curl.
Hard, Darren.
Line's pretty good
Gotta
now.
go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go.
Gotta go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You got a good one.
Trying to get
Keep
this
going.
in here.
Good
Little
sweep.
light.
Nice shot.
Good sweep there.
인턴. 둘 다 괜찮아.
Good sweep.
노즈까지
Interesting going
괜찮아.
into the run back. I thought you might play the draw behind the corner.
Yeah, especially with that rock being so high, they could certainly consider drawing around, and they have to keep in mind that the chances of them stealing in the extra end are not great, given that if they only score 1 here, they would not have the last stone advantage in the last end.
So now the center line fully clear. Korea throughout the first few days, only 39% efficiency with the hammer, scoring multiple points.
Drop 8.
So now you see the opportunity for Canada to actually come in here first and beat the Koreans to coming around this corner guard. We just want to be biting 8 here. Good draw numbers for Darren.
Yeah, just there. Would like to.
Again, game behind, probably more so why seeing more draws out of the Canadian side.
Got a curl mile. Gotta go. Hard card.
Hard card.
Real hard.
Hard, get it under, hard. Finish it, go.
Really trying to finish this over.
Go, you got it. Go, 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 go.
Good scrub. Good scrub.
Boy, I didn't hate that
I think I just need a little less ice. Yeah.
There you go.
It just struggled to get over the line. Once it got over, you got plenty. Good throw.
So pretty much open here for Korea. Maybe even if with a lightweight, might even be able to flip underneath that corner guard a little bit.
That's a big one in the game. Kim Jung-min.
다운해. 형 많이 다운.
Numbers have come down a little bit in the last few ends.
Coming off that line now.
Oh, really nice.
Can hear the excitement.
Yeah, really nice roll under there. Now Brendan lining up to see if they can still make the run back, even though there's a touch of overlap on those guards. Yeah, really nice roll there by Korea. So you're going to try this.
I don't know if they can stick it, can they?
Yeah, I don't know, because they might get action off of the... They're just playing it a little bit quiet, but they might get action off the back of the red one.
Hard! Clean, whoa! Whoa. Curl.
No!
Curl.
I'll try and run that one back, and flips that one out.
Good throw.
Yeah, now those corner guards are overlapped a little more.
So close.
Oh, I backed up on you. Good throw.
Well, got a chance here if you're Korea. Wrap one around. You played those run backs to open up.
Yeah, you heard Brendan say it just backed up on them, so I think they did want it to curl a little more and almost catch that red one a little bit. Or at least try to stick the run back. See here trying to get by the guards. They don't want this behind the T line, and they don't want it to pop out the other side.
Just maybe a sliver.
Yeah.
It's just in front of the T line.
Not enough to take a chance.
He's got to be full 8.
Yeah.
So Team Canada will try to draw here.
Oh, Korean side, great sweep to get that one by. It really broke hard off the line.
Yeah. Team Canada needs a good one here.
Well, Brendan Botcher has really stepped up his game in the last couple ends. Needs a draw right now. 81% on his draw game.
Yeah, line!
Whoa, whoa.
Weight's good.
Line's good.
Just for weight.
Just
Or
for line.
line. Just for line.
Line's
We're a little
good.
heavy.
Hair heavy. Hair heavy.
Don't want to be
Sit.
deep or heavy
Sit.
here.
Sit.
Needs to stop right there.
Good. Nice shot.
Just a little
Yeah,
bounce.
It's pretty good though.
여기야. 네. 좀만 더. 오케이. 태연아 바운스 괜찮으니까.
네.
Now do they want to tap or just freeze to it?
No, just freeze I think is okay. I think it's a little bit overburied, so I think the tap is difficult. I think really they need to get a bit of a miss out of Canada here if they want their two. So you can make a nice freeze here and hope that they have a shot for two in the last one.
정영석.
That's good.
7, 8.
야, 태연이야.
7.
His first in this 10th end.
여섯.
야.
여섯.
오.
일곱.
오.
일곱, 여덟.
클린. 나이스 굿.
여덟.
오.
여덟.
오.
일곱, 여덟.
오. 바운스.
여덟. 여덟.
They want to make sure they keep the line here so that
굿. 나이스.
yeah, that little tap helped keep them shot rock.
동커리어. 나이스.
Well, we've seen one upset already in this session. That was Germany winning their first game against unbeaten Norway. Korea trying to make it another upset here.
Canada needing to be shot rock after this comes to rest.
Okay, freeze it up.
Yeah.
Well, and just the demeanor,
Pretty
you wouldn't know
similar
if
weight.
it's
We
the
hit-
first
we
rock
hit
of the
it a
game or
bit.
the 10th end by Botcher.
Looking for top four kind of for depth.
He's leaned on his front end a lot in this game. He's going to do it one more time.
Line's good.
Weight's good. Weight's good.
Easy.
Whole line.
Okay. Weight's good.
Line's
Line's
real
good.
close.
Wait only. Yeah.
Okay. Don't need to yet.
Line is really important here.
Just clean.
Line's good.
Shot rock,
line only.
but they
Don't
want to
need
be
to yet.
right on the corner of it.
Oh, weight's good.
They like it, just can't afford to bounce. Got to curl up to the nose and just rolls off.
Good one.
Yeah, are they? Who's second shot on that?
약간 바깥쪽 괜찮아. 항상.
Yeah, I thought it was still red.
Is there an option
Spun
now?
like a arrow.
Do they have to clip that one? It's awfully close. You probably.
Yeah, I think it's, I'd still say red. I see it coming in nice there, but it just, a pound too heavy, like Brendan said.
There's really no way to miss it.
So an opportunity still to get the win for Korea. A chance to knock off Canada for the first time at a Worlds.
아니야, 괜찮아요.
That was a little less sweet.
Line was perfect.
It took a little extra second before delivering this one. Jong Young Seok, chance to score two and the win.
Oh, this is really, really out there. They're trying to curl it. If they get it to curl enough, they'll just clip the back yellow.
Trying to curl it off, spin them both out,
Just like that.
and they'll spin far enough, and it's for the win. Korea with the upset, pulls off, falling apart late against the Canadian side, but come back with two in the 10th and a 10-9 win over Canada.
You see some relief there in the face of Jong Young-suk. They managed to hang on after such a great first 6 ends.
Well, and that wraps up session 11. Korea defeats Canada 10-9 for the win in that one. First time ever at a World Championship, Korea beats Canada. Germany, 8-6 winners, knocking Norway off the unbeaten ranks, while Netherlands, their first win, 10-2 over China. And Italy beats Switzerland 4-3. That will muddy the waters of these standings here at the World Championship through 11 sessions. So Korea gets that win. They knock off Canada. They almost let that one slip away. It was an 8-3 lead, 6 unanswered points. Then they come back and they score 2 in the 10th end to win it. What a game. I didn't think that, weren't sure what Korea was going to come out. They haven't looked as strong, and then they put together quite an impressive performance in this game. So that brings Canada back with the second loss. So now Norway and Team RCF lead the standings at 5-1. Canada at 5-2. Italy, Scotland, Switzerland, Sweden, USA, all at 4-2. Then Denmark and Japan at 2-4. Korea with the second win is 2-5. Then Germany gets win number 1. They're 1-5. China, Netherlands, 1-6 each. So through 11 sessions, wow, a lot to still do to determine. For Jill Officer, myself, Luke Coley, thanks for watching the BKT Tires and OK Tire World Men's Curling Championship.